one person in there. Hi, everybody. As in Rachel, possibly Kevin and Ollie. How's everybody doing? I'm glad whoever stopped by. Sadie, hello, hello. Of course, Jenny, I will start this conversation, let some other trans people in, and then later on we'll open it up to whoever wants to come in and talk. So for now, it'll just be us crazy people up here. Yeah.
Well,
so what happened?
I told you before, I'm not here.
Jenny's not really here. She's a figment of your imagination.
That's right.
That's right. Just act like you don't see her. She's not here.
Yeah, only John Cena can see me.
Hey, Jenny, I'm excited. Speaking of trans stuff,
What are you excited for?
Can you see this? Can everybody see? You probably can't, but can everybody see this right here? That nice definitive line in my fucking hair. I let my sides grow out a little bit, and I was just like, fuck it. I'm just going to let it grow for a couple days. So I let it grow for like 5-6 days, and then I shaved it off today. And now I finally have that definitive like goatee line on my
Well, I really can't see it on the screen, but I'll believe you.
I know. Yeah, believe me, it's there.
Hold on. I can zoom in.
Oh, here, I'll blow myself up.
Show me again.
Hold on. See, I'm starting to get that definitive line there.
Uh-huh.
Can you see it with my hair ends right there?
Yeah. Well, your whole face is looking like boy skin anyway, so.
I know, it's great, isn't it? I love it. I fucking love it. Sadie said, same. I am only a figment of your imagination. Okay, Sadie. You say so. Hi, Air. Thanks for coming, buddy. Hi, Kevin. Yeah, isn't it nice, man? Kevin can see it. Yeah. I'm excited about it. And I didn't know because I kind of let it just spread out on my face and I wasn't really doing anything with it. And because why not? It grows slow right now on my side. So I'm like, fuck it. I'll just let it go for a few days and then I'll shave. So yeah, I've been playing with it. I love it.
Our fuzzy uncle.
Well, honestly, I was fuzzy before. I had blonde hair on my face that would grow out on my sideburns. It was like that long, like inch and a half long on my sideburns. And on my face, I would have to shave it all the time. And I would shave it every week and a half, 2 weeks. And it would come in like this blonde all over my face. And it made me look more masculine. So I kept cutting it off because I didn't want somebody to think I was trans. Anyways.
Well, you're sure fooling them.
I know, right? Got everybody fooled now, including myself. Right. No, Sadie, it's not like that. I'm Italian and Irish and English and German. I don't know. My family are really hairy people. My sister has she's dark haired, more olive skin than I am. I have the Irish German part of the family, but she has the Italian English more side. So her arm hair is like really long and jet black and thick, and she has to lay it down when she gets out of the shower. We're just hairy people because of the Italian.
She can shave it and turn it into wool, right?
She probably could. Seriously, my son was shaving from the time he started shaving when he was 19 because he was growing a beard like a guy, but it looked like a trans beard. And then he started testosterone and now he's got like a fucking beard, dude. He's got this fucking, it looks kind of Amish-ish. He's got it like this all the way around. And it's so fucking, you can tell you just grab it. It's so thick.
And I'll bet he never gets misgendered.
Not now. He said the only people that misgender him now are just people that are being assholes because they can tell he's binding still. He hasn't had his last.
Okay.
He hasn't had his last surgery for his top. So, but he's a big dude. Wish he just. He eats shit food and he keeps getting bigger, and I'm worried about his fucking heart and his kidneys and everything else, and it's just making me worry.
How old?
I don't like it. Huh?
How old?
He's about to turn 31 next month.
It's getting to the age where he better start paying attention. Yeah.
Jenny, he's big. He's like fucking like almost 300 pounds.
Oh,
he's only an inch and a half taller than me.
Oh, that's way too much.
Yeah, he's like 5'7.5". Yeah, he's big. Big. Here, I'll show you. Well, I'll show you later, Jenny. I don't want to call my son.
No, don't
YouTube. But I mean, it's not that I care what he does with his body necessarily. Like, that's his. But I just don't want anything medically to go wrong. You know, I really concerns
you're caring
me
about his health, and that's perfectly reasonable for a parent to do.
And I try not to say anything, because if I say anything, then he goes in the opposite. You know, he's a kid. He goes in the opposite direction. You know, he'll just go eat more junk food.
He's not a kid.
Yeah, but he's a typical, like, it's a typical parent-kid reaction where the parent says, hey, you know, you should go this way. And the kid goes, okay, and does a 180 and goes the opposite direction. And Purple will tell you, that's what kids do. They don't want to listen to their parents. When they get into their 40s and they start going, oh, wait a minute, sometimes 30s. Oh, wait a minute. I think mom or dad was right, or both. You know, that's when it hits you.
Now, Mark Twain said that.
Not yet, Stool.
Mark Twain said that when I was a child, my father was an idiot. By the time I became an adult, I was surprised to find how much the old man had learned.
That's great. Oh, I'm sorry. Just add yourself. I'm not
we always
touching
hit the button at the same time.
I was just letting people in. I wasn't even thinking about it.
I gave a link to Amy, and she will most likely join for a little bit, but not 100% positive.
If she can, yeah, sure, that's fine.
Yeah, I told her it was an invitation. So
Farron, do I say that right? Is it Farron or is it Farron, or tell me? I don't know. I know how to say your last name. It's Solace, because I know there's a lot of Solaces in Santa Fe. Funny thing is this guy's only 45 minutes away from me.
Oh,
we
wow.
figured out the other day. Yeah, we were talking about like weather and areas we live in, and he's in Albuquerque. So he's literally 45 minutes away from me. So,
but you're in Colorado.
Yeah, well, that's because I'm on the road. I'm in Denver right now. Yeah.
I wish I could be in Denver right now. I miss Denver.
God, I wish you could be in Denver right now too, man.
I like Colorado.
We parked the truck.
I can't say exactly where I'm going, but
Right.
I'm going to be in Texas for the next month.
Texas? Oh my gosh.
But I'm only going to be on, well, I might be able to just barely leave post, but it's like I'm on orders, so I can't go beyond like a certain radius of base.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And it's a training program anyway, so it's
miles.
Yeah, it's a training program anyway, so it's not like I'm really gonna have much time to go out. So it's fine. I'll mostly just be on post.
What are they training you in?
It's officer training that everyone has to go through.
Like learning how to be an officer.
How to shoot guns, and like how to go camping, and it's mostly administrative stuff. Like the majority of the training is like how to do officer admin stuff.
I was gonna say most of it will be paperwork. Yeah.
Yep. So, but it's fun. I'm getting paid for it. So.
Yeah, Farron. It's this is all the people you see everywhere else, but these are all the coolest people that you see everywhere else, and they come to my channel and chill afterwards, because we don't have to be so damn serious here. Sadie, yes, it is hot in Texas. It's absolutely fucking hot in Texas. We drove through. We stopped in Amarillo for fuel, and I was like, dude, can fuel up quick. I want to go, man. This sucks. It's fucking hot. Jenna, how are you?
Lady Avon, hello.
Lady Avon, how are you? She actually changed her name. I think she used to be Heathen.
Oh, okay. I was like, because I haven't seen Lady Avon
what
before.
Is your old name?
She's changed her name. That'd be why.
I can't remember her old name. She was talking about changing it, and I said, because her husband's name is, I think it's Commander Avon, and I said, you should just be Lady Avon. Yeah.
Okay, that works.
Yeah, they're awesome. Sassy Heathen.
Oh, Sassy Heathen. Okay.
That's it. I am the artist formerly known as. That's great. All right, Prince S.
Stool, you're not being repressed.
Stool.
You're not trans.
You're not trans, buddy. I told you this is how we do it. I'm gonna tell everybody one more time. All the trans people talk, and then when we are done with whatever we're gonna say, then we start letting other people in.
Then the cis people get to show up.
And usually we go LGBTQIA people that aren't us, and then we'll go to cis if we only have one or so.
Yeah, animated furniture is about the 12th tier down.
Oh, what
bucks? Oh my God!
Nuts?
Hold on, we need a big shot of those.
Look at my nuts.
What bucks are those? Oh,
it's mixed nuts.
Your nuts look tasty.
My nice nuts.
I like almonds. They're my favorite.
I got almonds in here. They're salty almonds.
Oh, honey. Do you want Uncle Beck put a pillow on his lap and you put your head down and I'll pet you and you can tell me all about it? Sometimes you just need somebody to play with your hair and let you talk. It helps. Unjur said, I like Ben's nice nut sacks. Fuck you guys. This is not where we were not supposed to go into sex yet. We always end up in sex.
So to bring it back to trans issues. So tomorrow starts, or the day after tomorrow starts the beginning of Pride Month. And I, once again, as last year, I was at a training thing as well. But it's been an interesting chain of events through LGBTQIA plus people in the military. But like, even though I wish I could be doing more, like celebrating, going to more Pride events and things like that, I am very happy that I get to like openly be trans and be in the military. Like, I think that this act of like being able to do this is a lot for Pride Month. And I'm very happy that it's been able to happen. And I'm nervous that people in the future are going to take this away again. But at least for the meantime, at least for today, I am thankful and I am happy that I'm able to at least be out right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. You think about how many people you can run into and how many minds you can open. Mm-hmm. This is the opportunity right now.
And I just got in touch with, because I had my kind of Twitter mentor who's non-binary and in the Army, pediatrician, was on the same scholarship that I'm currently on. And they got me in touch with other trans men who are physicians in the military. So there are multiples. There aren't many right now, but there's at least 3 actively serving in the military who are trans men or trans masculine people. And awesome. So even beyond just the small circle of people that I personally know, there's going to be others. So at least there is progress being made. We have people in these positions of authority that can change policy and can write guidelines for military medicine. So I'm very happy with that. And if things are going to change in the future, which I expect we're going to have these fights over and over again.
Oh, yeah.
But we have people who are in positions where we can start having those fights. We are in places where we can speak and where we can fight back on these things.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot better, and I'll let the two below me expand on that because they're older than both of us. But it's amazing. It used to be like 1 step forward, 10 steps back. And now it's more like the 2-3 thing, Yeah. So the progress is there. It's just fucking slow.
Well, but especially with being in the military makes a difference. Yeah. Because the military has a tendency to kind of, overwrite what the states want to pass.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The military has the history of leading the government on issues of equality. They were way ahead of the government on racial issues. They were way ahead of the government on a lot of stuff. They understand better.
Very true.
You have to look at people and see them for who they are, not what the bigotry is saying.
That's right. Boy, isn't that true? Boy, if you listened to bigotry, you'd be a fucking hateful bastard, wouldn't you?
Yeah, they're all around. We can see them.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Excuse me.
Hating everybody that's not just like them. Blows my mind.
Yes, I wanted to bring up that thing because I know there's a lot of depressing things out there. There's a lot of information and a lot of steps that are being taken that are easy to despair over and feel like we're hopeless. But I at least wanted to share something that was good and positive and something that we can be happy about. So try not to overwhelm myself too much with all the suck that's going on in the world right now.
Yeah, there's, I've kind of figured out from the time I was, pretty much, I guess, 8 years old-ish, maybe 9, that there's a lot of suck in the world all the time. The hard thing to do is to look past the suck and try to see those little good things that are wedged in between and try to concentrate on those more. No, Air, I am not at 1,000 people yet. I'm not an affiliate on Twitch or anything. My numbers are too low. I'm not exciting enough.
So if you're watching and you have not hit that subscribe button and you've not hit the little bell that gives you the notifications, now is a perfect time to hit that button and hit the bell. And also there's a little button that looks something like this with a little thumb sticking out.
Hit it 3 times. 3 times.
Yeah, 3 times.
Just to show me some extra love. Hit it 3 times.
Not 2, because then it will undo it. So it has to be 3.
Yeah, well, just as long as it's an odd number.
Yeah,
exactly. As long as it's an odd number. You know what? I don't even care if you hit the dislike. Algorithm don't give a shit. Hit whatever you want. I don't care. Let's see. Stool said, if you don't let me in, I will abandonate you all from my bathroom. You know the Bob, the god, hail Bob, the god of all, can take those powers back away from you, Stool.
Yep. Bob.
Oh. Farron said, trying to let the shitlords get you down. I work with a bunch of them. My industry seems to attract them. What industry are you in, if you don't mind telling us? 3 times the fairy gets its wings. Well, I tell you what. I'll watch to see if somebody hits it 3 times, and then I'll run down to the corner and see if any of the gay guys have grabbed their wings.
Every time an evangelical whines, a trans person is born.
I love that.
Wait a minute. You should step it up one more and say, every time a Christian is repressed, a such and such, whatever you want to use, is born.
Well, that's what's funny about. Well, it's not funny. What's so tragic about this whole movement of theirs is they seem to really think that they can get rid of us. They don't. They don't accept the fact at all that we've been here throughout history, and they think that they can eventually get rid of us. No, there's a trans person born every fucking day somewhere.
Oh, I bet you one was just now born.
Hi, Sadie.
I mean, how many babies are born per day in the world? Somebody want to Google that one for me?
A lot.
I mean, there's bound to be a trans person just born in the last.
50.
Huh?
It's at least 40 or 50.
40 or 50 what?
Kids each day.
Oh my God. I'm pretty sure it's a lot higher than that. I'm sure it's at least 40 or 50, yes.
Yeah.
Such a smart
She's
ass.
not wrong. She's not wrong.
I know, but she's such a
It's correct, but not helpful.
So there's no way you could be wrong. It's
exactly. Like I'm sure it's greater than 12.
Right, man. Like
I'm sure it's greater than 12.
Every day, six babies are born in the world, and 42 of those are in the U.S.
Wow. Yes. Thank you, Purple.
Oh my god. These two are killing me, Ben. Help. I think I got too high before the stream. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. We got to the hotel and we came upstairs and I went and took a piss, took a shit real quick. We ran back downstairs, met Ian, and we walked over. There's a dispensary right next door. So we go in there because normally in New Mexico, when you buy a pre-rolled, it's just one in a tube. So he bought two of them, and the guy was like, "Yep, got two per tube there." As he's handing him the stuff, and we're like, "Okay." Like, it's so much cheaper up here. So it's pretty funny. About 385,000 babies are born each day, according to the United Nations. 1 to 2 in 100 people born in the U.S. are intersex.
Okay.
Interesting. Thank you for the information. But isn't that like saying that the Earth is at least 6 to 10,000 years old?
Well, they do like to make up numbers, don't they?
385,000. Yeah, there's got to be at least one of them being trans.
So my estimate was kind of low.
Well, if you figure 1 out of 100.
No way, Jenny.
God, Jenny. Yeah, so if you figure 1 in 100, we'll just go with 1 to make it easy. Then you're looking at 1,000 babies each day being born intersex.
Okay, Ollie.
Well, but we don't even, and that's
not
even
1,000.
an underestimate because
3,850.
Well, because you have a lot of people that you would never know have a difference in sexual development,
right?
At birth. So we couldn't even estimate that.
Yeah. So the lowest it could be if their numbers are right is 3,850 a day.
Yep.
Yeah. That'd be the
world.
Yeah. The minimum.
I think that, they require a number of different tests and things when a child is born. I think they should require a genetic survey to look for.
But why? What would that do though?
To look for
medically?
intersex issues, so they would know and could say to some surgeon that's telling them, let's do surgery on your infant. Then no, maybe we should wait and let this person make their own decision.
No, because I think if you screened for it, I think that's going to cause more problems. Because if you have somebody that didn't know and wouldn't know, versus if they did know and now are going to undergo some surgery because their family's bigoted and wants them to be assigned to a binary.
Yeah.
Like we get into more issues with unnecessary screening that way.
Well, I knew that I was assigned the wrong gender pretty much all my life. They did not discover I was intersex until I was like 45 or 46.
Was there a reason that came to light?
Just while doing scans for some other medical issues.
That's what I figured. Okay.
There were a couple of things that had showed up before as being just kind of odd shadows in my abdomen that they hadn't quite figured out what they were.
Oh, okay. Wow.
It couldn't even be dependent on ambiguous genitalia at birth because Turner syndrome doesn't usually present with ambiguous genitalia. So you'd have to, it's very weird to, like, if we were to define what would qualify somebody, we have such a range of things that would be noticeable or not that, like, the most we can do is hit a lowball number.
To give you an idea, once again, of what we're dealing with here, I read a tweet today from some woman who said, "Well, why don't we do genetic testing before these children are born and abort them if they're intersexed?"
Yeah, because that's another reason why I wouldn't like unnecessary screening, because then implications with eugenics.
Well, because the same people who oppose abortions would think it's okay if the child was trans.
Huh? What?
The same people who are opposing abortions are also the ones who usually come up with that sort of thing that, if the child is trans or going to be gay, that they consider that a birth defect, and that's an instance where they're willing to abort them.
Oh, all right. Well, but I've heard discussions out of them that no, they didn't even think that if, for example, Down syndrome, which is an easy one to pick, that they should abort those children. Also, they don't want. They have people with microencephaly that they don't want to have aborted, even though their likelihood of surviving is about 0.1%. They're just nuts about abortion. Look, they don't care about an ectopic pregnancy. They're happy to kill the woman.
Yep.
So this is with this though, it's not really a screening if you're using it with somebody who has a presentation that you're investigating that presentation. What we're talking about is like you shouldn't be screening everybody for it. You're only going to get the test if you suspect something from a specific investigation.
I'm just looking for a way to protect the intersex, that parents can't come in and scream parents' rights, and the child's bodily autonomy no longer exists, and they get some surgery that's going to destroy them later on in life.
Yeah, I agree with you, Sadie. I'm just adding to the conversation.
Magic. There is no such thing as rapid onset gender dysphoria. It is completely bullshit.
Yeah.
And it was made up by the people in England, the GCs and the TERFs. It's just not real. It's just not real. Period. For them, they think it's rapid. It's rapid onset because they first started to notice that trans people exist. Okay. That amount of people being discovered as being trans or reporting themselves as being trans was a rapid onset of something that exploded. No, most trans people were trans way long before they said something to mom and dad.
It's true.
Okay, there's no rapid involved at all. There's rapid onset gender bigotry.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah. That's called on site.
Like I say, I was aware of it by the time I was 8 or 10, but never talked about it to anyone in my family until I was 57.
Willow said it was a hypothesis of one scientist who surveyed parents rather than trans people. It was then specifically tested for and disproved. I will talk about this in the final part of my series. I go over the actual studies. Nice. Okay. And so everybody watch for that on Willow's channel then.
Yeah, that's great. That's great, Willow. I'm not a researcher. I'm a reporter, and so I report what I read. I'm not creating the research or establishing the surveys and things. So anything you have to say is what well worth listening to.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's different for everybody, Sadie. I don't think that.
Yeah, you can manifest at any time in your life.
Yeah, I mean, I knew at 5 years old when I told my mom I should have a penis that I was not happy with my own body, but I didn't feel any kind of dysphoria until I started to get growth on my chest, and my period started is what really set me off fucking hard.
But for some trans people don't even have dysphoria. They experience euphoria in the opposite direction. So there's this whole debate, and I hesitate to even call it a debate because they call it like trans medicalism, where people are saying that like you need to have dysphoria and need to undergo medical transition in order to be deemed as trans. Whereas I think the majority of the trans community now is saying that you don't have to have dysphoria or medical or surgical procedures, but you can have euphoria or other manifestations of gender transition without necessarily going medical.
Yeah, well, because basically there could be different kind of there's so many different ways you can go for each person. That's why most of it's hard, is because there's so many. There's like the different branches and so many facets of that, and then this person's a little different from that person. So there's a lot to it. Like I can't even. I'm trying to keep up. I keep going, Ben, what is this? And he's like, it's
Well,
this.
we're learning
back.
new things every day. So
Well,
and I've realized let me finish this real quick, Purple. I'll let you go. I realized that me not being around younger people like I used to be, like when I lived near my son, I was around his friends all the time. So I was around people like Ben and his age, and they, they'd say something and I'd go, what? And they'd be like, oh, it's this. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I would know. But then I realized I haven't been around anybody younger in years. I have no fucking clue what everybody's talking about right now. And it dawned on me the other day, I was getting it from my son. It was because being around him and his friends and girlfriends so much. And he would talk, we'd all have conversations, and I would learn things, Go ahead, Purple.
Well, that mindset was something that really kept me back for years. Was basically I kept getting the message that I couldn't really be trans if I wasn't trying to lop off my own penis.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, and that's, oh man, that pisses me off so much that the uninformed, completely ignorant bigot, and they're it's the first damn thing they say that, oh, you're gonna cut off your dick, and it's like, duh, no.
Only she's giving it to me, boys.
Well, unfortunately, I even got that from a lot of people within the LGBT community.
I would say that's very possible, but I don't have any specific instances I can relate to.
Lady Avon, you say us old folks, and I'm pretty sure I'm about 10 years older than you. So when I say older people, I don't really think you're in that area yet.
Who are you calling old?
Hit 50 and we'll talk about you being in the older generation, okay? But I'm pretty sure you're not close to that.
I have a friend that says that you're not
So
an
I have a
adult until you're
31-year-old. Whatever.
I have a friend that says you're not an adult until you're 40. And for her, it's the rest of us are whatever age puts her in the age range she wants to be at. So I will always and forever be a toddler because in order for her to be the age she wants to be, I would be a toddler.
Hey, I am not old. Old is always defined as 5 years more than my current age.
Aw, Shane's 36. Aw.
So how old is
So
Lady
cute.
Avon?
Lady Avon, I don't know. How old are you? If you want to give us a hint, you don't have to be exact.
Well, she's so far probably around 40, I'm guessing.
I think she is. I think she's like 37 or something. I don't think she's very old. 43. I'm sorry. I gave you a few years. She's 43.
You're a young kid.
Sadie, I think I got 5 years on you or 4 years on you. Yeah, you're close behind me. 1963 was a good year. Really?
No.
Ox, wait a minute. Ox, what month were you born in? You were born in 63? That's interesting. Anyways.
63 sucked.
Willow said, I died in the 1400s, so you all are just fine.
Yeah,
you,
Ox
Willow.
is a year older than I am.
Sadie's 45. November. Okay.
Yes, I only look young because I'm trans.
Yeah,
and I don't have facial hair yet.
Ben's pushing 30, so we'll be there shortly.
So old.
Oh no, it's not old. I'm not.
No.
I won't say it's old, but I will say
Spooky.
that I'm not a child.
Spooky, what day, June 63? These are things I need to know, man.
Yeah, you
I'll
get
tell
that
you in a second.
testosterone built up and you'll age real quick.
Sadie said Ben is in puberty. Yeah, Ben and I are both fucking puberty hounds right now. It's true. I don't know whether to fucking hump my pillow or go eat a steak half the time. Let's see, 1985 to 1990, when I had dreams that I was male, I didn't even understand what that meant. Sadie, yeah, I bet. Really? Yeah. June 6th. Damn. You did the 13th. I would have been fucked up in the head, man.
Well, Sadie, that's how I went through most of my life too. That I didn't understand what it was, but it was just there in the background all the time.
Yeah.
One of the odd things that I had realized was that all sorts of things that were supposed to be humiliating to a man, I just never felt that way about it. And a lot of things that were supposed to be humiliating somehow felt weirdly empowering to me.
Mage said, hump a pillow while eating a steak. John Hudson said, pump the pillow and eat the steak. And Willow said, hump the steak and eat the pillow. You guys are all fucked up. How about I just find a short chick, right? And then, never mind. Say, just put the plate of steak right above her head. And then, that's while I'm fucking her, I can just take a bite. She has to be short so I can reach the steak easy. That's why. Yeah. Thanksgiving Day in 63, huh, Ox? That's pretty cool, buddy. Yeah, my sister Susan was actually June 13th, 1963.
If I said the year I was born in, you all would feel very old.
This is interesting. She was 7 years and 361 days older than me.
Okay, Stool, I had this fight with Stool earlier, and I'm maintaining that. So in being in a room with trans people, I had said that it bothers me when people pick on me for my height, because it is something that is dysphoric for me. Like, I am well outside of the range for an average man, and it is something that outs me. So, like, it's and Stool is trying to say that everyone has something uncomfortable about their body, but I maintain my position that this is different. That dysphoria is different than just not liking something about your body.
Oh, agreed.
Agreed. And it's really hard to explain that to cis people, but it's not just something that I can get over. And maybe in time, it will be something that I can be more comfortable with.
Yeah. Right.
But at this stage, it's not something that sits well with me. And so basically it's a daily reminder. And it's not that I think other people are picking on me. That's not what it is. The point is, when I am aware of something that reminds me that my body is not right, that's the problem. It reminds me that my body is not aligned with who I am. And that's the problem. I don't want the reminder that my body doesn't feel like it belongs to me.
Oh, no, I get it.
Like, if you came up to me and commented on how broad my shoulders are,
yeah,
I'd probably want to turn around and punch you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like, there are things that I'm insecure about my body that aren't related to being trans. That's like, okay, like, I wish my hair was thicker on my head, but like, that's not dysphoric for me. It's like, yeah, if you picked on that, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, like, if you picked on my eye color, if you picked on my nose shape, I don't care. But something that outs me is something that does matter to me.
Honestly, Ben, that's one thing that really I never had a problem with until I started working with this guy. And he teases me about my height all the time.
Yeah.
I'm about to have
trans men, it's hard.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to do. Have a arm wrestling contest with him so I can show that I'm fucking stronger than him and I don't give a fuck what my height is, or like what, I mean, he's just a young kid and I feel like he's a little threatened by me. So he's kind of trying to pick on me to put me down a little bit. And I understand that because he's like, he's fucking like 25 or whatever. So I don't let it get to me, but I just told him the other day, I said, hey man, the short jokes. Yeah, I don't like that. You can stop that shit. And so I'll see if he remembers and if he starts saying shit again. But I told him Friday for the weekend, I was like, that's enough of that shit. Because I've always walked around confident, and he's making me feel short. He's literally like, it's too much, I'm hearing it too much.
Well, yeah, being
So
reminded about it every day.
yeah, I
Let's
mean,
keep grind
for
on you.
a white dude, I am short. Like the average low height of a white dude's like 5'8", and I'm 2 inches shorter than that.
And folks, what's going on here is a really excellent model is being shown to you of why a trans person has to go through a transition, because these things that they're mentioning, there's more of them in each person, many more of them in each person, are
Yeah.
haunting you every minute of every day. And
Yep.
that's why the person seeks out transition, because it just reaches a point where the voices in your head are too much and you can't deal with them anymore.
It bugs me so much sometimes, Jenny, that like I sat down and like thought about things like how I could make excuses for things, right? So like I told him, I said, oh, I always shit like twice a day so I can sit down all the time, because he goes in the bathroom with me. We stop at the same truck stop, walk in the same bathroom, and then I thought, well, you know what? I'll just, if anybody ever says anything and notices my fucking binder, because I'm like working around these guys all the time, lifting up my arms, bending over, shirts gape, blah, blah, blah. Then I'm just going to tell them all I have gynecomastia. I mean, that's the only thing I know to do to not out myself. And I don't want to have any of those conversations, because I don't want to fucking, I don't want to. I love being stealth. It's the first time I've been stealth. I fucking love it.
Yeah, if anything comes up, I'm gonna tell people I had low testosterone when I was in puberty, and like it's true. I did have low testosterone in puberty.
I thought about that too, because I have my testosterone with him. Like I could show him that and be like, "Look, this is what's going on. If you really fucking want to know."
Getting on me, I will just tell them it's a genetic thing, which it is.
It is, yeah.
It is genetic. It's a genetic flaw. That's what I call it. It's a genetic flaw.
Yeah,
and I will stand by that.
But body dysphoria certainly is not something that's exclusive to trans people either. It is something that cis people deal with.
Well, that's other.
No. That's got to be a refined statement. Body dysmorphia, all kinds of people will have it. Okay, in fact, I would predict that damn near everybody in America has it. The way we focus on bodies.
I'm too thin. I'm too fat. Yeah.
The relationship of your perception of your body to your perception of your gender. Okay, that's what dysphoria is, and that's not what a cis person has. They have bodily concerns. That's dysmorphia, and a trans person can have both.
Okay.
Yeah, like my example for the differentiation, and because they have two different treatments, like the treatment for gender dysphoria is to transition, and the treatment for body dysmorphia is therapy to learn to accept certain parts of your body. And so like that example, like me not having a penis or me having weird hip sizes, those things are dysphoria. So that's something that I can try to correct with transition. But something that is not dysphoria but is dysmorphia might be like my muscle mass. Like I have low muscle mass, and that's something not necessarily related to gender, but that is related to my body and something that I would want to fix with my body. And I could work out, but I can't let it get to a point where I am preoccupied with only working out because I see myself as ugly because I don't have muscles. And that's a different conversation as opposed to me not having a penis.
Yeah. Hey, Randy. Hope you're doing good, buddy.
What made it hard, particularly hard in high school, is I never started puberty till I was out of high school. Okay. And what I did have at that point was not acceptable to any man's standards. And I got just torn apart in the locker rooms. And they would always conflate, because this is 60s and 70s, and people were very unsophisticated, and children are always cruel. They would conflate whatever they thought about my body and do things like, well, you're a girl, you got a small micro penis, you're a girl, and oh, you're not strong at all, you're a girl, and all that kind of shit. And it just builds and builds and builds and builds all your life. There's people who are attacking you for what you are, and it just you can't deal with it after a while. You just can't. I'm sorry.
Although,
Okay, sweetheart.
you get those macho men who are like that, and that kind of stuff of that, you're a girl, and it really stops them in their tracks if you say, I wish.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I never said that when all those people would pick on me for trying to walk in the women's room thinking I was a guy, but it's what I should have just walked in the fucking men's room. They probably wouldn't have said a damn thing. The only problem was that my boobs were visible, so that's not good. I can't wait to get these things fucking. I should have had it done like by the end of this month. It pisses me off.
Oh, hey, Randy.
Well, you have to pluck that guitar gently and play the harmonica really gently. Because he plays guitar too, doesn't he, Perps?
I believe
Doesn't
so.
Randy, I think he plays like guitar and keyboard or something else too, doesn't he? I don't know. He's a talented fucker.
Yep. He's also a
Yeah.
writer.
No, Air, I don't think I think you're right. I don't think there's any harm in it. It's just like that guy picking on guy, toxic crap. And I don't think there was I don't think he was really meaning to like upset me because I'm always joking around with the guys and everything. So but somebody doesn't know that something bugs you until you tell them. And it's what they do with the information after that that's important. So I don't hold anything against anybody that I don't like unless I discuss it with them. And if I don't, it's my own fucking fault. How's he supposed to fucking know? Is he psychic? That's just like he'd tease me and I'd say, okay, you punk. And he said, do you know where punk came from? And I said, no, I have no idea. And he said it actually came from the jail systems. And when you were a punk, you were someone's bitch. And he said, so I don't like that term. And because his dad spent a lot of time in jail and his dad used to call him that. And I was like, oh, cool, man. So I caught myself today. We were teasing each other and I went, you fucker. But I caught myself. So, yeah, no, I don't think he means any harm. He's a good kid. He's just young. He's young. He's younger in his brain and in emotions than his age. So he's got some, but he'll get there. He's got a good heart. He pulled himself out of doing a bunch of fucking meth and heroin and crack because he ended up with a baby. So he stopped all of that and fucking cleaned his ass up. And he's been taking care of his kid for a little over 2 years now. So you gotta think, can't be too bad of a guy if he fucking flipped his life like that, like a total 180. So, Jenny, are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. The chat's asking as well. So I was trying to give you a minute, but I thought I'd ask. Ox said, I wonder now sometimes how many people I've met on the Carnegie that were hiding from this. I mean, I used to think they were just gay and went on with my day, but I know a lot of people worked with me that were very deep behind walls and private. Maybe that's why. Well, and also you got to look at the time frame you're talking about, Ox. When did you get to stop doing Carney shit? It's 15 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 25 years ago. No. That was pretty much death. So
I feel so bad for people who, it's the Carney is certainly a good source for it, but there's so many other places where people just give up on their lives and go into some lifestyle that just so they can hide from themselves, from society, because they can't deal with whatever issues they're facing, whether it's a sexual transgender issue or a gay issue or whatever they're hiding and burying. It's just so sad. It breaks my heart.
Yeah,
people that feel they have to do that way because society is so fucking cruel.
Yeah, boy, isn't that the truth?
It's just it's like the saying that we have amongst ourselves that we're not needing therapy and committing suicide because we're trans. We're needing therapy and committing suicide because of how society treats us.
Yeah. Yeah. If everybody that came out and said, "Hey, I'm trans," or "I'm gay," or "I'm whatever," or somebody that's BIPOC just speaking their mind or whatever, if everybody just got what they deserved and the rights they deserve and got treated fairly like everybody deserves, God, could you imagine how fucking awesome this world would be? At least the United States. It would be amazing.
That's the thing. It's not
It
about,
would solve so many problems.
it's not about racial rights and women's rights and gay rights. And, it's like, why can't we just treat everyone the same? It doesn't matter what pigeonhole you stuff them into. Just treat everyone the same.
God, see, why is that hard? I mean, I literally can't figure out why that's hard for people. I literally can't figure out how, I can see being biased of other colors because, like, where I grew up, there was none. I met one kid in one family, and luckily I met them before I met the kid because my mom said it wasn't a big deal. They're just from a different climate, and I was like, okay. But I just don't see, like, even I grew up so sheltered from so many things. And nobody in my family were like, ew, you're, gay or whatever, or lesbian, or you're queer, or, and my dad was a prejudiced bastard and none of us cared, like, thank goodness for mom. But I don't know. I just don't get it. I mean, I've had my biases in my time, but anytime I was biased about anything, which was when I was 18, 19, when I finally left the house and went out into the world and like was around like Hispanic and blah, 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 Latino, Latina, whatever, BIPOC, I was around all these different people. And the small biases that popped up in my head from things that my father had said when I was a child, they would pop up in my head, and then I'd look at the person and go, no, dude, he's so fucking wrong, man. Like, he was so fucking wrong. So I just don't understand how you can look at another human being who has the same organs, bleeds the same. Oh, their lips or forehead or nose or jawline's a little different, or they're taller and thinner, or they're shorter and chubbier, or oh my God, we should just hate them for that. Like, it's fucking asinine.
But the stuff you're brought up with, you don't even notice. I had experiences with that in my 20s that, after I was out and living on my own, I had a couple of times that I did serious double takes because I didn't realize that, a lot of my dad's prejudice had gotten programmed into me.
Oh no, it's true. Purple, to this day, I still can, like, things will pop up in my head that my father said. But it's funny because I was talking to my psychotherapist, whatever, psychologist guy about this. He said, when you replay things in your head that other people said about you or to you, you replay it in your own voice. He said, so sometimes people will plant something in your head and you replay it in your own voice, and then you think it's you telling you that. And then you start to fucking believe it. So I hear my dad, but in my voice, but I know it was him and I remember him saying it. So that's the difference, I don't fall for that shit. But still to this day, things pop up in my head and I go, oh my God, I can't believe he said that. I remember him saying that. I was like 6 years old, or I was 5, or I was 7, I was little. And he said all kinds of slurs around us all the time. Like how only 1 out of 7 came out to be an asshole. I don't even fucking know. Like, I don't even know how that happened. I mean, everybody but me is great, No, I'm not the asshole. Yes, I agree. Purple said, Air, you've learned to do better. That is what is most important. Absolutely. And Air has become a big supporter and has done a 180 in their opinions in life. And that's great. It's always good to learn and grow. So, what say you, Ben?
I'm eating nuts.
Oh, that's good.
Chewing your nuts, huh?
Yeah, I had muted. so you don't hear me crunching. I also have. I'm trying to eat up the food I have in my house because I'm leaving tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I have these blue Takis I'm going to be munching on too. So
There you go.
but they're very crunchy, so I'll mute when I eat those.
We'll just
Are
toss
those
a mailbox and tell them to bring it to me.
say it again, Jenny?
I said just toss the rest of it in the mailbox and tell them to bring it up to me.
Oh, okay. Send
yeah.
it over to Jenny. She'll take care of it. Oh, Wildheart's got my brother over there, huh? Spooky. Is that where that other part of the community is?
That sounds like an interesting stream. Oh, and a bunch of other people are watching Oz right now too. So
Oh, Oz is on. Yeah, he's
Oz
pretty
is live right
popular.
now.
I mean, I got
Yeah.
my typical 11-ish. I'm within 2 or 3 of where I usually am, so I'm okay with it.
But I'm kind of curious about Wildheart and your brother, though. That sounds like an interesting panel.
Well, Wildheart usually doesn't say much. He'll host a bunch of people
Okay.
and he'll interject questions and stuff there, here and there.
Okay.
And when he's not sloppy ass drunk, he can actually have some really good conversations. But he's had a drinking problem for a couple of years now, and it's getting worse and worse. So we're just kind of hoping he pulls himself out of it. We all keep trying to encourage him because he's a nice guy. He just, I don't know, he's just not in a good place in his life, and he's trying to medicate with alcohol. So, and it's sad because he's a good dude. So I think he'll pull out. Just give him some time. I think he's like 32 or something. I don't know. It's not like he's older and can't change his ways. So, but yeah, he's a good kid. Yeah, usually they get in there and a bunch of them will talk, and Wildheart will just sit there and chill, and then he'll randomly bring something up or ask a question or yeah.
Sadie, what is Takis?
Oh,
Takis is the transatlantic call-in. Oh, Takis. Okay.
No.
Takis are these things. It's like I thought we were on the trends topic still, but
no, Takis. Well, she just mentioned
Takis.
in there. She
These
said she
things.
used to. She
They're
used
not
to
all
love
blue
them.
though.
Blue meat? What?
No, they're like red, and it's a bunch of food dyeing.
It says on the package blue meat.
Yeah, I was wondering why they were blue.
Why would you eat blue meat?
A more stable bar stool.
You want to stool. Yeah, anyway, Sadie said she used to crave him until she had her hysterectomy. Now she doesn't like him anymore. I don't like anything with a bunch of food coloring stuff on it. I can taste the bitterness in it. So kind of picky about that.
Yeah, with certain
I don't
things.
like fake food. Go ahead, Perps.
Yeah, no, I was just agreeing with certain things that, yeah, certain food colorings do tend to leave a weird taste.
Yeah, they sure do. Especially the reds. Reds and blues are really bad for me.
Yeah, well, the blues
tastes
and
very
greens
bitter.
are where I notice it.
Yeah.
For people who aren't super tasters,
yes,
can't tell, but I'm not a super taster.
Well,
For people who aren't super tasters,
I'm not really a super taster because in a lot of other aspects, my sense of taste isn't very good. My sense of smell is just horrible, and that has a lot to affect on your sense of taste. But
yeah,
it is like things that are artificial chemicals, that I pick up on, and it's like my brain has that reaction that this isn't really food.
Yeah.
Well, but I mean, everything's a chemical, and artificial or not doesn't really make a difference of whether or not it's food. So, but it makes sense that it's a sensory thing. But and as far as an argument for like whether it's food or not.
I mean, it's still food. It's just food that has been bastardized. That's all.
Well, actually, it's not all food anymore. That sometimes the stuff they're putting in there is more like plastic.
Well, the whole like chemicals argument though is such a messy one because like you can have even slight changes in a chemical structure and have it have totally different properties. So it's like, it's an argument I don't like to go down because you get to a lot of weird pseudoscience that way. And as long as things that we're using are studied and safe, then like that's what matters. But whether or not it's a chemical or whether or not it's artificial is irrelevant to me as a point.
Yeah, but you know, there are things that cannot be considered food simply by the fact that we're incapable of digesting them.
Oh, fair.
You know,
but you take
certain
something like that,
chemicals
like
will just pass through your body, hopefully without harming you. But
well, but if you take that argument, then most vegetable matter is not food because we can't digest cellulose. Bacteria can, but we can't. So it's like,
well,
even using that line of thinking gets us to weird places. So
Sadie said, if you don't like broccoli, you're probably a super taster. They found a link to the super taster gene and risk of COVID. Yeah, I've heard that both of those before, Sadie, and I'm going to tell you, I love broccoli. I have not gotten COVID, and I dealt with patients every day, and I was within 2 or 3 foot of them, all of them, because I had to take their temperature every day when they walked in the door. And so for 11 months, I did that. Almost 12 months, I did that, and I did not get anything. So, but I know I'm a super taster because I can taste artificial everything, MSG stuff. Like, I'll tell you, whether that's homemade, if some, those restaurants, they're like, oh, come try our pasta that's pre-made and we have to defrost it and warm it up. Yeah. And I'll tell you if it's fucking fake, trust me.
Yeah.
I've eaten food before. They said it was like organic and locally grown. And I was like, dude, this is not organic. I could taste the preservatives. And this shit tastes like it's about a month old. And
organic uses pesticides too.
Well, it's not just that. It's not pesticides. There was preservatives in it, and there's not supposed to be.
Organic also uses preservatives too. They just use, there's no preservative definition with organic. Organic is related to pesticide use. But pesticide use is, but you still use pesticides in organic food. You just use different ones.
What, right.
And in fact, the more, you have to use more of the pesticide with organic food because it's less potent.
Right.
So,
because it's more natural, right? Less toxic, it's supposed to be anyways.
Well, no, but it's about dosages, right? That our dosages make the poison. So
right.
If you're using something that's less toxic in certain doses, but you're using a higher dose, you're still getting similar risk, right? So it's this conversation about natural, organic, all like artificial. It's
I know.
a weird, messy conversation.
Bullshit.
And
I know.
Yeah, there's a lot of talking points that are used, and I'm just trying to steer conversation to like the important aspects of like for you all, like sensory is important. And so that's an issue we can talk about. And that's a legitimate reason to not want to consume certain things, or having certain compounds in certain dosages makes a difference. But apart from that, like I was trying to avoid some weird arguments.
It's the Newman of the Amy.
It is the Newman of the Amy.
What is up, y'all?
Hi, beautiful. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
I hope you are all having a fantastic Memorial Day.
We are having a great stream, and I forgot it was Memorial Day, but it's okay. It's cool.
I had a great stream.
Air said, go watch Medical Myths with student Dr. Ben and Neil, the 604 Atheist. They talked about this. Thank you, Air.
We did talk
yes,
about
they did. No, I just taste lots of stuff, and my nose is so sensitive that when I go down the detergent or the cleaning aisle, by the time I get to the end, I'm sneezing. My nose is burning like I just inhaled some kind of acid. My lungs don't feel good. I start to get a headache instantly. Super, super fucking sensitive.
Yeah, I really can't walk down that aisle, and if I have to, I need to hold my breath.
I do. I take a deep breath in, and then I exhale as I'm walking through the aisle, and then I'll hold my breath for the last few steps till I get around the corner, and I just grab what I need and I go. Yeah, that's what I have to do. Same thing with the bath soaps.
And
body washes, all that stuff.
What Ben is saying about it being sensory issues, and that really is, and I think that's, for me, that's part of the autism, that it often isn't really even about how a food tastes. It's more about the textures.
Yeah, I'm big on textures too. That's why I don't like lima beans. or kiwi.
I have a terrible picky eating. I can't, and I have all sorts of silly things. In fact, food is probably my most irrational thing. I can't touching and all sorts. And I'm the person in the line that had fast food, so unfortunately.
Yeah.
So I need to get.
Uh-oh.
Phoebe, are you wearing clothes?
Most likely
I'm
not.
on camera.
My dietary
Oh, we got two
habits
Amy's
are
now.
so bad, I crash.
Yeah.
In
It's
fact,
Amy. Hello,
morally,
Amy.
It's okay, Amy. I kicked your imposter out. Everything's fine now.
There's so many trans people in this room right now.
No, there's no trans people anywhere. I don't even know anybody that's trans.
I don't
That's
know anybody who's
crazy.
trans.
Crazy
Hey,
talk.
I've interviewed everyone on this panel.
woohoo!
And
You
many,
have.
many more, Phoebe.
And I've just finished interviewing an award-winning adult entertainer.
Phoebe, I would like to make a proposal for your show. I would like you to have me come on as the host and I interview you.
You are like the 15th person to say that.
Well, when are you going to do it?
I love raw onions.
Obviously, something people want.
Well, if
So-
15 people are saying Jenny should interview you, you should do it.
No, I didn't say 15 people are saying Jenny should do it. I said Jenny's the 15th person to ask that.
Ooh, idea. You get just Phoebe, and you get all 15 people who want to interview Phoebe just yelling questions at you.
Yo, that would be perfect. Let's do that. And we'll overlap them just by one word.
They'll all
Like
be at the
everybody have
same
their
time.
questions pre-written, and when somebody gets to the last word of their question, someone else will just start. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Yeah.
Oh, crying out loud.
Stool, I know this is a shocker to you, but Phoebe is trans, so it goes with the theme.
Everybody on this panel is trans. Mind blown.
Phoebe, did you watch the F1 this weekend?
I haven't watched all of it yet, and nobody is allowed to tell me the results.
Okay.
Do we
Anyone
really
tell
just
me
go
the
to
result?
racing?
I won't.
Jesus, fucking women talking about racing all the time, Ben.
Well, it was Monaco.
There's women in their cars.
I know, right?
It's something different.
All I will say is that I'll always remember when I interviewed Amy that we ended up somehow talking about not paying for an ear piercing and the intimacies of certain genitalia.
Right. Yeah, that sounds like a normal stream. Hey, and I would say that, in fairness, I had a dare with getting a nose piercing, so I went through with it, and the person who was supposed to be, I was just there to help them get the piercing, did not. But I'm good.
It's turning into a car show.
I know.
I haven't seen the whole race. No one is allowed to tell me the results. They tell me the results, they will be, under the wheels of an Aston
I
Martin
don't
before
need
you
to
know
give
it.
too many spoilers,
Can-
but Snape kills Dumbledore.
I won't tell you. I won't tell you who won it. I'll just say Bobby Rahal.
Amy.
Ah,
I'm gonna say the cars did a racy thing, and somebody won.
And someone
Somebody
wrecked.
won.
Someone wrecked, and someone won, and somebody's car blew up before the middle of the race.
they made
So,
turns.
okay, we're done with the whole race. We got it. All down,
Wait.
Pat.
See, when you talk about this, it reminds me of another great subject.
Oh no. Wait a minute.
Go local team.
Wait a minute. I was hoping you'd leave it on and put your headphones on. Nobody saw the hat. Sports. There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen,
Why is
we
Amy so
are the
cute with hats
underdog,
on?
but just because we are the underdog does not mean we can win. In fact, probably in the third act we will. But look, go local team.
Go
I'll tell you
local
this.
team.
I tell you this. I picked up. I was living in London. When I was living in London, This is genuine, this story. So I remember picking up the local newspaper when I lived in London, and it had, on the front of it was the local member of parliament, and on the back was the local sports team. And you think, oh, nothing unusual there then. The local member of parliament happened to be the leader of the opposition in parliament, and the sports team happened to be the National Premier League champions. Local MP, local sports team.
And there you have it, folks. Yes. Okay. I'm sorry, Jay.
They don't make that sound. They're hybrid engines. They don't make that sound.
They go hyper.
I don't know.
Better.
I can do lots of car sounds. I can even do a good burnout if you give me a minute and give me some more pot. Anyways.
Yeah.
Not like car burnout. I mean, just me sitting here looking burnout is what I meant. But anyways,
So who's been streaming tonight? Because I know that Amy and Ben were on a stream tonight.
Everybody streamed. Amy streamed, and then you streamed, and then I streamed, and we all streamed for ice cream. And now I think Oz is streaming, and then who else is going on tonight?
I think he's with Eddie.
I don't remember.
All I can say is that I know that Dave Warnock was also streaming his call-in show with his missus as well.
Wednesday. Oh, okay. Wednesday before the Hump Day hangout, I will be on Granny's stream for about an hour. So
what are you doing on Granny's stream?
I hope I'm right, and I haven't pissed her off, and I have the right Wednesday. It should be this coming Wednesday. I don't remember. Sometimes I don't remember, and I just go in there and I look at the title and I go, okay, and I think about it for like 5 minutes before we start, and I just roll with it. It's probably why I sound so uneducated all the time.
I've done that. Yeah, I've done that a couple of times when I was on somebody else's channel.
Like, Amy is always so prepared. This woman is the note queen. She makes notes. We're talking in the pre-show. She's making notes. She's talking to like Oz and Jenna or whoever's, and she's making notes. And me, I'm over here going, nah, be all right, I'll figure it out in a minute. And I wonder why I can't hit 600 subscribers.
Amy did absolutely no notes for my show, and I'm gonna break the fourth wall here. I blame the lighting issue. Because Amy was late.
And can I tell you, Amy time, unfortunately. I am so sorry. I'm going to apologize right there for that. I tried so hard, and yet notes. Can I tell you why it is the perfect antidote to the Gish Gallop? Like, when you just hear so much, how should I say? Is there a nice term for nonsense? Let's just put that out there.
We call it waffle in the UK.
Ruffle. So it helps so much because I can just, you want the contingency argument? That's funny and necessary. And then you actually brought up a being here, but do you actually have evidence? But yeah, it's only fueled by my distaste for religion. So you would think it would because everything else about me is probably pure chaos. But that notes. And also counter-apologetics, because they take pot shots at, the biggest threat to transgender rights, religion.
Mm-hmm.
We have, I heard, because I was listening, student Dr. Ben was saying, we have gained so much. We have gained gay marriage. We have gained transgender rights in terms of protective surgeries. And we have gained the military to not care about what is between your legs.
Mm-hmm.
Very important. And so we should be working to protect those rights.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Hi, Dr.
okay.
Cross.
I need to ask something. Can I share a picture?
Depends on what the picture is.
Oh my.
The picture is of a cake.
As long as it doesn't violate TOS, then we can share it. But that's why I cannot guarantee that everything will be shared.
So what I shall do is I shall open the picture.
I need my wand.
But first things first, Ben, are you on Discord at the moment?
Yes.
I'm gonna drop you the picture first so that I can get your opinion on whether it violates TOS.
Okay. Well, I do have a picture of Phoebe being given a microphone.
That clearly violates TOS.
Oh, the microphone or this picture you just sent me? Because I'm pretty sure this picture you just sent me does violate TOS.
Oh my.
Send me a copy.
You can put this in the private chat if you have a link, but I don't think I can share that on stream, especially since this is not my channel.
So, Amy, I'm gonna drop it in Discord to you.
I just want to put out there in the universe that I like Yowie. You can continue.
So yeah, Amy, I want your first reaction to this picture.
Dr. Cross. Hello,
If it's
hello.
Ken Hovind doing something naughty.
Oh, it's not no. It's a cake. Phoebe was correct that it is a cake.
It is a genuine cake.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Also, check your Discord, Uncle Beck. You have a cake picture.
Oh no.
It is a picture that is not to be shared on the internet.
Oh my god, I'm so scared
for
right now.
terms of service. Yeah,
Put
no,
a
it's
link in the chat. Come on.
I can't. Don't have it in link form because the person
yeah, it's
says,
just a picture.
No. I see. Well, then send me a copy on Twitter.
Wow, that's graphic.
That is something.
Disgusting, sick. It's pretty fucked up. I'd be okay with nothing like that again.
Mm-hmm.
it's the thing that gets me the most about it is why they have been so insistent on not just the human but the waste as well.
Yeah.
Ben still wants to see the cake.
No,
Phoebe.
No,
can
not
send it.
here. Not here.
I'm
Yeah,
not
we're not
checking.
sharing it. We're not sharing it on stream. That is not.
No. I meant DM him if you want.
Yeah.
That's up to
I'm
you.
Yeah,
not
exactly.
checking because Stu will put this out on the internet and it is not allowed on the internet.
Yeah, well, what he does with his own life, I guess, is up to him.
Yeah.
Stool, we are clean commie perverts, okay? Very
yeah.
clean.
Damn it.
So while we're on the subject, I have heard once of someone being threatened. In fact, they were told cake or death.
See, most people don't realize that all of Brexit was actually just a very elaborate plan because it would make sure that Stool couldn't leave the island.
Do you want to know something ironic about my current job?
What?
I drive from an island to another island.
I mean, you live where there's islands. I guess that would make sense.
Yeah, but I work on an island, off a larger island. And then you need to get if you go certain directions on this island, you need a ferry to get off it. Another direction.
Yellow Bentine. Oh my gosh.
Well, there's lots of ferries in our community, so that shouldn't be a problem.
There you go.
Stool, I trade you yellow Bentines for some Clarky Cat.
I don't even know what that is, Phoebe.
Okay. Do you have a quack candle?
A who?
A quack candle.
Quack.
Duck? What? A
Yeah,
duck?
that
Just
is not what I thought I heard the first time.
It's British humor. It's British humor.
I don't know what you're talking about, Phoebe.
Have you got any
Sorry.
blue cheese? Are you the balls? Are you
I have a
balls?
coach.
Are you a balls? Look, I
I'm
don't want
guessing
my face
that
to feel
no
like
one's
I'm all
answering
over
because
it.
they don't know what you're talking about.
Look, I don't want my face to feel like I've just been through a piano dentist.
Amy. Amy's got hearts for everybody.
Yeah, Phoebe is spouting
sending
off
love.
things from British comedy.
Okay, well I'm glad she's
Well,
having fun.
I like quoting Ricky Gervais because he often brings up where's my hammer for religion? You could take all of the religious texts out there. You could destroy them, and chances are humans would make religions again, but they'd be completely different. But you could burn every single scientific textbook right now, and slowly and surely scientists would rediscover those
The
exact same facts.
thing. Yep.
Yep.
Agreed.
That's why science works over religion.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, Amy is the balls.
She's like the coach of the Bobs.
We're
Amy,
gonna win
you're
this
a
year.
balls now. You're a balls.
I'm ready
I
for it.
hope we do win this year. If we can demolish fucking religion. That's one of the reasons I support my brother, because although he's a theist, his channel name is Demolished Doctrine, and I'm totally okay with
there
that.
you go.
Yeah. So I will support him. If he can do that and change some minds, fuck yeah, I'll support him.
And yeah, I try and paint with as thin a brush as possible. Like the metaphorical theists, I mean, I think they're wrong, but
Yeah.
they generally don't do a lot of harm. Sometimes they offer cover, unfortunately, for the fundamentalists, but it's the fundamentalists I pick my bone with.
Yeah.
It's like one of my most interesting interviews I did on my show was with an ordained pastor. She was fantastic to talk to.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh my.
Hi, Sandy. Nice to see you again.
So yeah, plug. Check out the interview with the Reverend Kaylee, actual ordained pastor in practicing ministry.
Nice. Yeah, I bumped into a lady at CVS, and someone was being rude or something close by us. And I was working at CVS, and I was in line. It was my break, and I was buying like a couple drinks and snacks and shit. And we were just bullshitting while we were waiting in line. And I said something about, man, some people are so rude. I don't understand it. And she's like, yeah, it's sad, isn't it? Don't you just feel bad for them? Like, where do they have to be at in their life to just be mean to everybody? And I was like, wow, what an amazing person. Well, it turns out that she's a minister. And she said a few things about the Bible in those 2 or 3 minutes. And I wrote down my brother's channel name, and I said, here, there's his email address. Get a hold of my brother. I think you guys would have a great talk. So I actually bumped into like 3 different people at CVS that were saying things similar to my brother, like not directly, but not leaning anywhere towards where Christianity is pointing, more off to the left or something. So, yeah.
Less dogma.
Yeah. It's just, the thing I find interesting about how he reads the Bible is he doesn't listen to what all the pastors and ministers and priests have said before him. So he's actually rewriting it slowly. He's totally like going through the Bible, taking it back to like the Greek lexicon or ancient Hebrew or whatever, depending on what section of the Bible it is, and writing down the literal translation. And it does not say anything the same. It would blow your mind, Amy. It's actually really interesting.
Yeah, they probably make it fit whatever the author, trying to put their version.
Yeah, and he's writing it on like a rice paper or something and folding it in the old style of how they would have folded the first Bible. And he's handwriting the whole entire thing. It's pretty cool because he's got a little calligraphical flair to his writing, to his print. So
And see, I have terrible handwriting. One of
me
my
too.
worst.
Me too. I have to write in all caps or you can't read it. It's just a fucking mess.
I wonder
And
what would
I have
happen
to slow myself down.
if you
Yeah,
could
Perps.
go back to the oldest surviving Bible, whether it be, Hebrew or Aramaic or whatever, but the oldest one you could possibly find and run it through Google Translate. I wonder what you would get.
Well, I have a copy of the Matthew's 1537 in Old English. It's definitely different. It's also very hard to read. You have to, after you get past the first couple pages, you get a little rhythm with the fact that like the S's, what looks like a long S is an F and stuff like that. It'll fuck you up a little bit at first. But yeah, it definitely reads differently.
I had to learn Hebrew until I was 13. So that was fun.
Hey, welcome to the club.
Woo!
Yep.
But it wasn't
Hey,
terrible.
welcome to the
it's
club.
just not,
Here's the thing that gets me with Hebrew. It's written backwards.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
Yeah.
the only way I can put an analogy to it is I like manga, and so you get used to like that. But yeah, it is really weird trying to go.
No, that way. Not that way.
I never learned
Really?
Hebrew myself, but where I was growing up, most of the people I know had studied it. So that's why when I read the Bible, I had plenty of people who were all too willing to point out all the translation problems.
Yeah.
L'chaim.
Kyle.
L'chaim.
Hello, Kyle.
Hi, Kyle.
Hey, Kyle.
Hello, Kyle.
Though, just
Kyle.
want to put out there, do have problems with almost the whole. Well, not the whole book. How about 70%? Giant swamp.
There
But-
are some innocent parts of
There
stories
are.
that don't matter at all. The rest of it is shit.
There are there's 20% irreverent and 10% good, and
Yeah, the rest
the,
is shit.
the Christians look at one part, and then they're like, yeah, but hey, the slaves of the nations around you, they were just kidding, totally kidding.
Yeah.
Love the props.
I can't help myself.
It's not a stream with Amy if you don't get props, you guys. I'm telling you. You got to give props to the props.
And all these evangelicals who are going full throttle on the Bible, how many of them can actually trace their family lineage back to the Israelites? So
I don't
if
even
you
know if
can't
anybody
do that,
could.
if you can't do that, the Bible isn't talking about your people. You're the
Well,
ones they could take
the New
slaves
Testament,
from.
though. No, the New Testament is what they're claiming because that's where they're saying that you don't need to be a Jew anymore.
Uh-huh.
Also,
The Babylonian
Can I
Talmud.
tell you how much that book triggers lots of people
read
that?
it.
Oh my
Sorry.
lordy!
Oh, Tractate Barakut. I don't know how to say that shit.
Even though the
Fuck, like,
Talmud is
rock.
just a bunch of rabbis arguing, and
Yeah.
that they act like it is authoritative
Fuck,
in the
like, rock.
same way. But if the Christians, I guess the Gospels do have a little, but not
This
like
is an English. This is an English translation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anyways, so I don't know.
Tractate Barakte.
There's only one thing I could tell you for sure. One thing I can tell you for sure is that I believe that over 95% of Christians are brainwashed by their parents and their ministers and pastors and stuff. And it keeps getting handed down, and the parents keep helping the church brainwash their children.
Yep.
And because it happens from the time they're born, I just don't think they understand that how wrong most of that shit is. They don't get it. They think that there's such a good outcome that the bad that you go through, the good at the end outweighs it. And I'm sorry, I don't agree with that. But if you could get them to, because I swear over half of Christians have never fucking read most of the Bible. Like they have no fucking clue.
Oh, I'm sure
I'm pretty positive the atheist community knows the Bible better than and most of the Christians I run into.
People, read this, and you'll just go, "What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?"
What the fuck is it?
It's the Talmud.
It's a who?
So the Talmud. I mean, I hate to analogize it to the Hadith, but there is the Tanka. There is the Old Testament, which is basically the mythology of the Jewish people, the Israelites, and then there is the Talmud. And for whatever reason, the Talmud triggers the racists. I hate to use any other term, but they're always like, the Talmud! But the Talmud is just a bunch of rabbis arguing about different topics.
They're just arguing about rabbinical law. That's what they're arguing about.
So you can take it as authoritative, or you could say, well, this person gives good arguments, this good gives, or all I could say is it's similar to a Hadith, is it's like it's the DLC.
So basically, there's a section in it that says, if it were fruit, it would be this, that, and the other. If it was not fruit, it could be a vegetable.
Okay.
I just want to put it out there. Intelligence is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is not using it in a fruit salad.
Yep.
Charisma is selling a salsa as a fruit salad.
Oh my, that's...
Well, and one thing we can be absolutely certain of is that it was not an apple, because there weren't any on that continent.
Right there. Exactly. Not going to happen. He's not going to get us to get it.
Because apples didn't grow there, goddamn it.
But actually, the Garden of Eden was in Missouri.
That's true.
Okay,
Joseph Smith did have it right, I think.
Mm-hmm. So therefore, it was an apple because Joseph Smith.
Apples are not indigenous to the United States.
They're endogenous. They're just endogenous.
Says so in the hat. No, Ben was right.
We don't talk about history. We only talk about scripture.
Oh, okay. I'm going to leave because I'm sick and tired of talking about things that don't exist.
Never the twain shall meet. Because they never match up. The history and the Bible, they don't match up. Did she literally leave?
Yeah.
And we were kidding. We were kidding. I don't actually believe in the Book of Mormon.
Who the fuck believes that shit? Why would we?
I don't think
I'm not a Mormon.
I think she left because we're just bagging on religion. I feel bad. I'm like, maybe because not taught. She said she didn't want to talk about things that don't exist.
Oh. Yeah, she doesn't want to talk about religion in general, is what she's saying.
Oh, okay.
I'm sending love to her. I feel bad. It's probably my fault. I kind of have a bone.
No, it was actually I'm the one that got us delved into it. I started the whole fucking thing. I carried on a conversation that didn't have to be carried on.
In my life, I need to do more podcasting with Amy. That's a thing that needs to happen.
Everybody needs to do more podcasting with Amy.
Phoebe, yes, I agree.
It's true.
I agree. We all need to do more podcasting with these.
Hey, Amy, want to break down the Talmud and the Tanakh?
We were saying yes. We should.
Reggie, not approximately at 12:55 Eastern, exactly at 12:55 Eastern, which will have her starting at about 1:02 a.m. Eastern time. Amy will be live.
I've been on time before. Okay, there has been a time where I've been on time. So
do you know why I think it's
that out there?
You know why I think it's funny, Amy? Because I tell everybody, like, I will intentionally start 2 or 3 minutes late. And I come on and say, sorry about the delay, guys, but the atheist YouTube protocol is you have to start at least a few minutes late, and I don't want to get kicked out of the community.
Listen, if I had my sunglasses, I'd put them on right now. We are fashionably late.
If you're Oz, you start like 30 minutes late.
Katie Montgomery,
That's
you
not
just start
true.
whenever.
Sometimes he starts as soon as 12 minutes late. That's not true.
Okay, yeah, but that's on a good day. That's on a good day.
It's usually 12 or 15 minutes late.
But what I will say is there is one person who takes more liberties with being late than anyone else, and that's Katie Montgomery.
Does she really?
Sending love. Transatlantic show?
Hey,
TACIS.
growing up, I was taught that being on time will always be punished.
Exactly. Probably. I'll find out one day. I'll
Mage.
find out one day.
Right, Mage?
But
Like the topic wouldn't change in 2 minutes. Look, it's already gone, right?
But what I would say is that I was screening Talk Heathen once, and Katie was the host, and I get there an hour beforehand to start screening calls, and the hosts are supposed to be there like an hour beforehand as well. She turned up 15 minutes before the show was supposed to start, and they had the backup host ready to go.
Like, how early are you supposed to show up? Most people don't show up till 5 till, 3 till anyways.
No, but
No,
it's
for the
it's like-
ACA, you're required to show up an hour beforehand for ACA.
Oh, good then.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
I
turn
go
up-
in an hour beforehand, make sure everything's all set up, and then I go back at about 30 minutes and play with shit usually and change something.
Yeah,
And then I'm ready
Katie
after
was there
that.
15 minutes before it was supposed to go on because she
Yeah.
was the advertised host.
Oh, well, oops. Yeah, well.
But it makes
all have our
sense.
flaws.
I want to go early. It makes practical sense too.
What, to
I
start
I start
early?
on time because I'm in the military.
I started on time because I had a military father and then I was in the military.
Yeah, that's why I'm on time because I was in the military as well.
God damn it, that makes so much sense. I have a roommate, and they're like, "Listen, I'm gonna be home at 5:15 p.m." and they're home at exactly. They're not home at 5:14. They're not home at 5:16. Like, what the hell? How is that even? Like because I said
They drive around the block one extra time to make sure it's exactly on spot or speed a lot. Shit, I'm 2 minutes late.
What is it? I have worked out that my journey to work isn't roughly an hour. It's 63 minutes. My journey to work.
Yeah,
that is roughly an hour. Because if you say roughly an hour, I feel like it gives you a 5 to 7 minute window either way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is roughly an hour.
Well, I don't even know how you could be that precise, because is it going to be exactly the same every day? Won't weather and traffic affect that it could be a couple minutes more or less some days?
Of course.
It
Like
could
we
be,
were
but
driving up here and we were on a part of the highway it's usually busy, but because of Memorial Day, we were just
But that's
flying right up the
with-
road.
that's regular traffic. Will get me there in 63 minutes. Light traffic, I can do the journey in 41 minutes.
Well, that's a big difference in fucking traffic.
Mhm.
I'd
On a
leave
bad
10 minutes
day.
early just so I wouldn't have to sit in traffic for that long.
It doesn't matter. It's just random whether there's traffic there or not. But I don't want to hit a red light.
Spooky.
I mean, I'm gonna say this out loud. I resemble that.
I resemble that remark. Yes, Sadie, stool took off. I guess he found somebody else to let him in sooner. I told him I'd let him in later,
Hey,
but
Amy. Hey,
he's
Amy.
just impatient.
There's a show. There's a show that they're going to have you produce. They're going to have you host soon. It's called The Late
Okay.
Show. And then when you're late for that, it's going to be the Late Show.
What you gotta do?
Tip
You
your
gotta be like
waitress.
you gotta be like Oz, and you set the stream for one time, and then you right when it's supposed to go live, you change it so now it's scheduled 30 minutes after that, and
Yeah,
then you
or
still
45.
show up 12 to 20 minutes after.
So
that.
it ends up being an hour later, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. God, I love him.
But
Oh,
it's
it's so
about
funny.
the anticipation.
Well, you
Yeah.
know what it is with him? It's not that he doesn't care that people are there, but he likes to get everything straight. And if it takes a little longer, it takes a little longer. And that way, when everybody goes on, everybody's on board and it goes smoothly and the stream comes out better. So it's not like he doesn't give a shit. He's like,
Oh
no,
no, it's
go
just
wait
so
a minute
funny.
because they know that I'll be there. And I'm like, okay.
It's just so funny though.
Yeah, it's
It's
totally
so funny.
Oz. It's totally an Ozism. I love it.
A question for Beck in the chat.
Is there such thing as too stoned for you? Because I'm there, dude. Yes. Actually, I have had moments in my life when I was younger that I've actually had some moments this past year like that too.
I've
I'd gotten
had
some new
moments
stuff
when
and
I
I
was
was like,
younger. I mean,
well,
20 minutes
then
ago,
there's
I
today.
was younger.
And then there was 2 days ago. No, I have had some streams that I've been on, either on my channel or Ben's channel with Ben, and I've been like, oh shit, that was new stuff. I shouldn't have smoked so much. Oh fuck, I'm really high. I can't. I'm just gonna sit here, and then you'll see me like disappear an icon, and I'll go like piss and walk around and be like, trying to shake it off. But yeah, you gotta
From the
watch some of this.
philosopher Taylor Swift.
Some of this Colorado stuff's vicious. Not too many times though, Kyle. I'm pretty cognitive of what I'm doing. I have no idea what my threshold is, Sadie. I smoke the shit until I feel right, and then I slow down, and then I smoke a little bit more, and then I go to sleep, and that's what I do. So I have no idea how much I smoke or nothing.
And hopefully, oh no, continue. I'm sorry.
Wonderful human beings. It's 3:45 at work night.
The hell are you here for? Go to bed.
BB, do you ever sleep?
I mean, go to sleep.
I did my sleeping earlier, so I slept from when I got in at 6 o'clock tonight. I made dinner, and then I went to bed at about 6:45, and then I woke up at 11:30.
Okay.
And I just want to say, hopefully, it will get federally legalized soon.
What my
That
sleep
is what
schedule?
I also hope your sleep schedule will be federally legalized.
Yeah, federally regulated soon too.
BB doesn't sleep. We all know this.
Yeah, the only one worse than her is Math Pig, I think.
Yeah, Hellbound Hillbilly. When I was in school, I had a friend that the only time he wasn't stoned was when he was too drunk to hold the pipe. And the only time he was sober was when he was too stoned to unscrew the bottle. Was always
Purple, I gotta
the
say,
other
you've had an
every day.
interesting life.
Well, I've been around longer than most of you, so I've just had more time for weird experiences.
Kyle, for me, it's not because I cannot. I just do not prefer. When I was in my 20s, I pretty much drank every single night, and then got into my 30s and stopped doing that, and then met somebody else who was a drinker, and then we drank a lot too often. And then I just decided I'm not a big drinker. I mean, I'll have a couple shots here and there with Ben or whatever, but whatever you guys see me drink on stream, that's usually all I drink. And it's everything I can do to like finish the beer or whatever. Cause I'm just not, I don't know. I'm just not an alcohol person.
I still like to drink, but, and I know I've said this many times and I'm going to keep saying it. If it was not for this community helping me get out of where I was in Michigan, I'm pretty sure I would be an alcoholic by now. But
yeah, you were not happy.
Since moving 2 years ago, my alcohol consumption is well less than half of what it had been.
Nice. I'm happy for you, Perps. I'm glad you both are happier there. Like truly, we all are.
Even our cats are doing so much better here.
Well, that's because cats feel any pet feels their owner's stress.
Yeah.
And the more stressed you guys are, the more stressed the pets are going to feel. And it's just going to keep, and then it escalates. It's just like having a roommate, you both get irritated and then that one gets more irritated and then that one gets more irritated. And then you're both like, and you're stressed out. And that's just how it is. That's the part of the relationship where I don't do good because I don't know what to do. And I end up looking like a bumbling idiot, like, honey,
I'm the same way, that if they can't clearly tell me what they want me to do, if I'm trying to guess at it, I'm going to make things worse.
Yeah, I often put my foot in my mouth. I'm very good at that, though.
Oh, HH said, I quit smoking for about a decade once. When I decided to try again, I got so stoned enough that my SO's dog decided she needed to take care of me. You poor thing. Let me lick you and clean you. You're sick. Aww. Reggie said, last time I smoked, took one hit and I was ready to pass out. Oh, no.
Hey, our furry companions do try to take care of us.
No, yeah. When I passed out that one time, Purple, that I was telling you guys about when I first moved here and I was dehydrated and I didn't understand when you moved to a dry, high elevation, you had to intake more water for the first couple months. Mm-hmm. And I passed out and I fell the only way I could have fell in my tiny home without hitting something like a wall or cabinet or something with my head. It was pure fucking luck. I don't remember anything. I remember I'm going, oh shit, I need to lay down. And then I was gone. And I woke up and they were both like on either side of me, like, Dad, what's going on, man? Are you all right, bro? Like, what the fuck? I've never seen you do that, you know? Like they were like sniffing at my hands and my arms and like getting closer to my face. And I picked my head up and they were like, oh, okay, everything's all right. And I kind of just petted them and I went to sit up and I thought, this is actually kind of funny because I was like, I went to sit up and I was like, okay, nope, not yet. That's fine. And my chair that I usually sit in when I stream was right by my feet. So I just put my feet up on the chair and I was like, oh, okay, that's better. That's getting better there. And I laid there for a little bit and just pet them. And like my orange cat, my baby boy, laid down on my arm and he was just like right there with me, just hanging out. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to try to get up in the chair. And I had to do like baby steps. And finally got myself in the chair. And then by the time I got in the chair and sat there for a little bit, I was fine. But I couldn't even make it to my bed. It's only from my kitchen to my bed. It's literally like 3.5 steps. And I couldn't make it to my bed in time. So, so advice to anybody that moves to a higher elevation, drink lots of water. And if it is not counterintuitive for your health or your prescriptions, aspirin is recommended. Because it is higher and you need your blood to be a little thinner. And so make sure you drink plenty of water. I had not
heard about the aspirin for that.
Actually, it's not commonly said, but the thing, and when I moved to Santa Fe, this is how I found out, right? Somebody was walking through the store and they were buying 4 big, tall of water, like the 1 liters of water, the tall, skinny ones of water, and buying a bottle of aspirin. And I said, oh man, you okay? You having a rough day? And he goes, oh no, my buddy's coming into town. I'm getting him the Santa Fe welcome kit. And I was like, huh? And he said, oh yeah, if anybody comes into town, we always give him baby aspirin and give them a whole bunch of water and have them fucking drink the shit out of it the first couple days. And then they'll be fine. Cause it's such a big shock to come up to this elevation. It's so dry here. It just dehydrates you. It's horrible.
Well, it makes
your
sense.
Blood's not, your heart's working harder because it's not used. I mean, although I've been all over the world, I lived at like 900 to 1200, maybe 2000 feet my entire life, nothing above like 1500, 2000 feet. So I had no idea what it was like to live out here.
Well, Ben, do you have a comment on that? Going up to a high altitude?
I was just going to say that you Santa Fe people are very kind because people come to Colorado and we just laugh at them as they try to sprint up a mountain, and it's their first time at that altitude. We're like, yeah, go for it, bro.
I do this all the time at home. Yeah, bro, but not at 10,000 feet.
What is Denver as a blood thinner? What is Denver? A good idea in that situation?
Denver's only a mile high. I think Colorado Springs is higher than Denver, and then you add on a mountain to where you're at 14,000, and it gets funny when people try to run up those mountains.
Yeah, if you come over that big mountain, it's around 14,000 before you go down into Denver, right?
We have a bunch of 14ers in Colorado. Like it's
all around. Like there's it's a
Denver's in a big, which 14ers.
I didn't realize because, and by the way, you guys, I am officially marking Denver off of I've never been in this major city list for driving truck. So yeah, but Denver's in a basin and there's like a ridge all the way around it. You know, Santa Fe's the same way. Santa Fe's down in a basin and has a ridge around it. Yeah.
Good night, humans.
Oh,
I'm
good
actually
night.
going to
Love
sleep
you.
now.
Night, night, Phoebes.
Hi, Phoebe.
Amy.
I missed you, Phoebe.
Hi.
We must part, Amy. Ben, I will miss you too. But if you're around Thursday or Friday, I'm free all day.
Well, I'm going to training tomorrow, so
I will bid
Ah,
you
well.
rest well, despite you calling me human.
Student Dr. Ben,
we can chat.
sending
We'll
you a lot
chat,
of
Phoebe.
love.
I love you, Purple.
Yeah.
Sending you a lot of love.
And we'll figure out and we'll do knocks at the Talmud. But yes, get sleep because we are animals. We tend to do that. We have to eventually.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's got to
sleep is
happen.
for the
I mean,
weak.
I don't have to be up till like
Good night,
8 o'clock
all.
in the morning. So
Phoebe doesn't
I'm
need
good
sleep.
for a while.
Good night, all.
Night, Phoebes. Love you.
Hi, Phoebe.
You guys have it upgraded? You guys don't plug yourself in? No, that's not how you get energy. USB?
No, we're not hybrids yet.
No.
Ben's working on that for us. As soon as
Yeah,
he gets the
Phoebe just doesn't
capability,
even
he's
need
going to
sleep.
share.
Okay,
Just turn it into Phoebe.
I
You
need
can
that
never tell
upgrade
unless you do a
installed.
test. Yes,
I-
exactly.
Well,
I
I have
probably
never
couldn't
been
either,
able
Sadie.
to sleep. If there's an alternative to it, I need it immediately.
Mage, what is this SLEEP you speak of? Sandy said, I'm going to teeth or brush. I'm tired and sore. Good night, Phoebe. Good night, Jenny. Even if you aren't on the screen, good night, everybody else. Good night, Sandy. We love you. Take care, honey.
It's Sandy.
See you soon.
Good night, Sandy.
We will see you soon. Yeah, it's just so different, Mage, living at a higher elevation. It's kind of weird. It's weird. And then we came down off of it and got into the
Finish
flat
that
area
sentence.
like Oklahoma, and my ears were like popping like crazy. It's like coming out of a plane, you know, coming down, landing, you know. So yeah, it's weird. But I like where I live. I like not being in a humid area. We don't have any mold. You don't like put your flour away or your sugar and it's a big hard lump. Doesn't happen here. So there are some conveniences. It takes longer to cook a lot of things. Yep. Especially with baking, it changes the chemistry because of the elevation change. So people here actually buy high elevation baking and cooking books because it changes. You usually have to go. I think the temperature has to be a little higher or low. I can't remember if it's like 25 to 50 degrees higher or lower, and then you have to go like an extra 10 minutes or something like that.
See, I was raised at altitude, so like it was never any different for me because that's just the only thing that I knew.
Right, because that's how your parents cooked. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is different though. It's funny. It's funny because I tried to cook some stuff when I got here, and people were like, "You ain't cooking chicken that fast." I'm like, "Yeah," and they're like, "No." Yeah, you can't spatchcock a chicken in Santa Fe, New Mexico in 20 minutes like you can in Columbus, Ohio. But you can do it in 28, 29, 30 minutes. Just takes longer.
Because of less oxygen?
I honestly, I have no idea. I have
It's
no
a
idea.
pressure,
is
their pressure
fascinating.
differences.
Oh yeah, it's pressure. That's right.
Yeah.
The elevation pressure. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it changes it. Sadie said you can't steam milk too high in Colorado.
This makes me just want to. I mean, I guess low elevation you would be in the water, but if Florida decides to create a dome after going so low, I hope they create a low elevation cookbook one.
No, honey, that you call that a 4-foot deep swamp cookbook.
Oh,
Because that's what it's going to be. It's not low elevation. That's swamp. Half of it's already swamp. It goes down 4 feet. The whole fucking place is going to be a swamp. Like literally, if you drop down Florida 4 feet, the whole entire, almost everything would be underwater. Like you don't have those little lumps in the geography.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid. It's going to be very interesting to see as we weave
Are you in
through
Florida?
topics. No. So I do have to make the mandatory joke that since my family is Jewish, that it is my ancestral homeland to eventually move to Florida. I have to fight it. But
I feel this pull in my chest.
the weather, it's warm, and oh my, I
No.
can get in the pool. Oh my god, no.
Oh. There you go. Dr. Cross said, love to see med students knowing their physics with a smiley face.
Yes,
One
everyone
gold
should
star
know
for
physics.
Ben. One good gold star. I don't know
Yeah.
shit, man. I'm fucking stupid.
I don't
should
know. I
probably
think
read a
if you
book
drive
eventually.
end to end on Minnesota, you couldn't have an elevation difference of more than about 1,000 feet.
Yeah. Yeah, just remember Florida man is real. Yeah, I know, Mage. Why you gotta remind us?
Every news
Florida
Hey,
man.
Dr. Cross. Hey, Dr. Cross. Did you know that Ben is officially now a 4th year med student? Yeah.
In the last year.
He's in the last year now. Ben gets all
How
the
we
gold
made
stars.
it this far, I don't fucking know.
Because you're brilliant.
No, it's I look
Dude,
back
you
at these
fucking-
past 3 years.
dude.
No, these 3 years were brutal. Absolutely fucking
I know,
brutal.
but the point is okay, and you're on 4th year.
Yeah.
How
I
many
was
No,
people
but I
say
have no
that?
clue
How
how
many
I
people can
survived
say
that
that
long.
after 4 years? Because you fucking can do it, man.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah,
because you keep
okay.
your fucking nose to the grindstone, you do what you're supposed to fucking do, and you want to learn it, and you truly give a fuck. That's why.
I literally I blocked out most of what happened in the past 3 years.
I don't blame
blocked
you.
out from my memory.
I don't blame you. You don't need to remember it
So
because you already
bad.
have the knowledge. The shit that
Yeah.
happened around the knowledge, you don't need. 'cause
Was
you picked up the
emotional
knowledge.
trauma.
Fuck all that shit. Let it go and just move
All
on.
the trauma.
I wonder
And-
how many of the people who were in your first class are still with it.
Yeah, I don't know how many people dropped. I do know one person in particular dropped for a good reason, and I think I'm proud of him for dropping because he was at a point where he just didn't like what he was doing and realized that wasn't the job that he wanted. And I was like, that is an absolutely valid reason to not do it. Like,
Yeah,
don't
I
put
mean,
yourself
why?
through something that you don't want to do.
Yeah.
Right.
If you
yeah.
realize that, it's better to get out early and try something else.
Yeah.
And at least you found out. You tried it. You found out.
Yeah.
You didn't like it. Now you can spend time and energy doing something else.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some people that go into med school and they go for this, and then they get in there and go, oh no, I want this, this, and this, and they keep going. Or there's other people that, they start down this path and then they say, oh, you know what? God, I really want to do peds, and then they go this way. It's just learning, it's finding your niche and learning what's going to make you happy and where you can be most productive and help the most.
Yeah.
So,
and be
I
happy
feel
with
that's
your own
with
life.
anybody, any level of the medical field is like that. Some people go in as CNAs thinking they're going to be a nurse, and next thing you know, they go into radiology. It's just it's nothing wrong with sticking your foot in the water and seeing how it feels. So it's people that go a certain direction because somebody else wants them to that end up being horrible doctors, I believe. Whether it's for the stature or it's because their parents made them because the parents are footing the bill or whatever.
Yep.
I think those are the people that are miserable at the end of the day.
Mhm.
So some people go for the money instead of sitting back at retirement and not only having money, but also going, man, look what the fuck I did.
Well, you need
Look
to
what
pay
the
the
fuck.
bills, but at the same time, you need to wake up every day and actually enjoy what you do. Or I think
Exactly.
Cocoa Puffs.
Exactly.
Well, at very least, not dread going to work every day.
Yeah, exactly. Because
And
every
not do something
job,
that's going to destroy your mental health and your physical health. Like a lot of these people that, and I know
blame
some
you.
people who absolutely love surgery and it's not taxing on their mental health. But for some people, I'm like, I don't understand the push to want to do that kind of work schedule and that kind of job until you retire. Like this is a commitment and things that you're willing to do in your 20s might not be the things that you're willing to do for your career in your 40s and your 50s and maybe even your 60s.
Yeah.
Like, you got to think to the future as well. Like, what other goals do you have for your life besides your career? Do you want to be able to pursue other things, or do you really think that you don't care about that? And some people like make it work and they live that super hectic lifestyle and can make it all happen, but that's not for everybody. And that's like, I'm making a decision for myself in the future. Like, what can I see myself doing for a long time and being happy with? And that's what I'm going to choose.
Yeah, that's what you should choose.
That's what anyone should do in any field. Doesn't matter what field you're in.
And you know, the amazing thing, there's one thing about the medical field that is different from a lot of other careers that people go into. If you go in the medical field and let's say you say, I'm like Ben originally said, I'm going to family practice. So you can't concentrate on family practice and you do that for like 5 or 10 years. And then you say, you know what? I kind of want to do this over here. What you learn usually applies. So it's not like you learned something and did something for years and it's not going to help you in your next position. You know what I mean? Because like even, like my ex, she worked with a fucking cosmetic surgeon for like 4 or 5 years. And she worked in maternity for another 4 years. And then she did something else for so many years. And this is all like she did 14 and a half years of working in 3 or 4 different practices before she bought her own half of her own family practice.
Yeah, but the downside is that doctors you can't change.
Yeah.
So you have to
change
something that
what do you mean?
You can't change specialties when you're a doctor.
Wait a minute. You can't go into family practice and then go into something else?
Because you'd have to retake school again, right?
You'd have to do a whole new residency.
Oh, fuck.
You're specialized.
Oh, no, man. Why do they make that so hard to do?
Because you're
I understand it, but at the same time, I know, but at the same time, you're keeping people from going to do something else that they might be better at.
Well, but that doesn't matter because if you're not qualified to do other types of medicine unless you get trained in it. And it's not saying you can't do it.
I know what you're saying, and I'm agreeing that it makes total sense. I'm just saying
you have to get trained in it.
Yeah,
so
I get you.
You can teach, you could write, you can do
that's true. You could teach.
You can do research, you can do other aspects of medicine, but you can't switch specialties unless you go through another residency. But you can do, that's why if you pick certain specialties, you have more options in terms of, like, if you do family medicine, you can do clinic, you could do urgent care, you could do hospital, you can do a different variety of things. Or like if you're a surgeon, you can do hospital surgery, you could do outpatient surgery, you could do different varieties, but you're still very limited. And so that's why I hesitate in ever thinking of like going into surgery, because you're like, if you're pulling that schedule as a surgeon, that's what you're doing through retirement. That is your schedule.
Yeah.
Have fun, because you're not switching.
I didn't even think about it, but yeah, it makes total sense. Yeah. Okay, I think I need to show.
And I guess better protect your hands unless you are Doctor Strange, in which case messing up your hands will then allow you to control magic. Any other time, that probably not a good thing.
Probably a bad idea any other time. Yeah, it's true. No, it's true. It's just like, my nephew, he wanted to be in a band and be a musician. You know, he's a teenager, right? Oh, I'm 16 and I want to be in a band and be a musician. And I'm like, man, I mean, don't get me wrong. Oh my God, he decided he wanted to play around with a guitar. I think somebody gave my sister like an acoustic or something. And so she was like, oh, he's interested in it. Okay, well, she let him play around with it a little bit. And then he was like, Mom, I want to learn. And she's like, okay. So she takes him to this guy, and he's like, I think like 10 years old at the time, takes him to this guy with the acoustic. He wants to put him in for lessons, This kid ends up in lessons for like 5.5 years when my sister died. He stopped doing lessons about 4 or 5 months before she died. She got really sick. But anyway, so I'm going to say at least 4.5, 5 years this kid was in these lessons. And at the end of this point, he's like 14, and the guy that's teaching him gets a hold of my sister and says, I don't know what to teach him next. And she's like, what do you mean? just teach him whatever's after that, you know? She's like, I mean, I'm not a music teacher. And he said, I mean, I'm already teaching him stuff sophomore in college right now. And she said, just keep teaching him. Don't tell him. So he can shred a fucking guitar. He can build a guitar and shred a guitar. He fucking can play amazing. But I said to him, I said, Alec, it's not that I don't think you're an amazing guitarist, because you are. And I'm not just pulling your leg. And I'm not just saying that because you're my nephew and I love you. Like, you're fucking amazing. If you were good, I'd say you were good. No, you're fucking amazing. And I said, but what happens like if you get in a car accident and you lose your left hand? What do you do? And he's like, And I said, do me a favor. I said, at least go to college, major in music so you can teach or something while you're working on the band. And then you get older and you have a degree or two under your belt where you can have a career if necessary. Then, you know, you pursue the band on the side and you build it up, you know. And he was like, oh, no. And then he went to college.
Well, and this is why, like,
score for me.
Thinking about people who, like, and how dishonest and awful these, like, religious institutions are that give, like, degrees in worship music or degrees in specific ministry things. Like, okay, so if you want to, even if you wanted to be a worship musician, why do you need a religious specific degree when if you deconvert or you change your mind on something, you don't have a job anymore? Why not go get a music degree or get a degree in media production, so you can have skills? Like, because the skills are the skills. You can use the skills for whatever variety of music you want. So why do you need to, like, it's so dishonest to be telling people they need this religious specific degree for something that they could just get skills for. But of course, it's because the church wants money. But
well, yeah,
we can't be teaching secular music. That's of the devil.
Amy is muted. Looks like our producer is working for her.
No.
She just always mutes herself in between because she gets fidgety and plays with stuff, and she snickers and laughs.
What?
And
How
Marie.
dare-
I love Amy. We can keep her.
See, it's shit like this one. I'm like, Amy, why don't you? She's like, oh, I'm busy. I'm like, damn. And then she's like, yeah, I can come on. Yes. Ben says,
Amy brings
Amy's
the
coming.
energy.
Yes. Yeah,
Amy
really
brings
do.
the
It's fun.
energy.
Yeah, we get a little
props.
stale with the same people talking all the time. It's nice to have some extra thoughts and minds and hilarity. I still put the banana back down. No, just want the hammer in the Bible.
See, you need to change the flag behind you that says popcorn. It needs to say popcorn because
I like that.
You should just put the red arrow. Right, the red arrow, and just write it in with a Sharpie.
yeah,
Hello,
you need to
Marie.
do it.
Beautiful lady.
Or Marie.
She's one of the people I flirt with. I've expanded. It used to only be black ladies, but I've expanded. I flirt with a couple white women now. I'm serious. I didn't even realize I was doing it, Ben. And then one day I was like, there's 3 people I flirt with on YouTube. And my brother goes, who's that? And I said, I just think it's weird. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, Cynthia McDonald, Maya Adkins, and Jenna. What the fuck? I didn't even realize I was only hitting on. So when people say, I think you're racist, I'm like, really, dude? Seriously? Like, I'm hitting on black women online right now.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I just try and
just turn me on. They're sexy. Anyways.
Oh my.
I
just try and make every room that I walk into a little bit more bisexual, pansexual. If I can do that, I feel like
I was already bi, so
well, I wasn't, but I'm starting. I don't know if it's the testosterone or it's me, but things are changing. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my.
And my son goes, it's a symptom, and Ben's like, it's a symptom, and I'm like, but it sounds so good right now.
Oh, well, I mean, I
don't know.
I considered myself a lesbian before transition, and then it wasn't until I started testosterone that now I enjoy masculinity. So I
Well,
But
submissive.
see, I didn't even know that I'm the exact. I thought I was a lesbian, and then it was the exact same way. I swear, it's because guys work for it. Girls are just pretty, but a lot of guys out there, they've never been pursued. I swear, if a guy would ever like give you flowers, if you're another guy out there, you'd love it. You would so love it. And so, Deadpool. That's really what I'm trying to sell because he's pansexual.
Hey, Ben, you want to shoot Sadie a link?
Are we inviting the non-trans people in?
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. I just want to make
I
sure
mean, it's been like 2 hours.
if we're opening the panel, then we should open it to the other people that want to come in as well.
No, I'm going to. I was going to do
yeah.
that. Anybody who else wants to come in? Let me know.
And I have about
shit, I forgot about Holy Spackle. She's going to kill me.
minutes, and then I have to prepare.
I am traveling all day tomorrow, so I probably can't stay too late tonight.
Why? I changed my name to Uncle Beck, and now these foreign women are hitting on me on Twitter. I'm not even playing right now. Yeah.
Because they like...
I wasn't trying to... Damn it, Ben.
We always do this. We always hit the button at the same time. It's either we hit the button at the same time or we wait too long for the other person to do it.
Yeah, and then we both do it at the same time because we think the other one's not going to do it.
It's like a USB. Yeah. You have to flip over once, twice, the third time.
Yeah, you can never do it right.
Even though it didn't work
it's
the first
never
time,
right.
But it really was right the first time. You just didn't know it. Like, what the fuck is that? It happens to me like almost every single time I got to plug one of those in.
Exactly.
Now I just look at the hole and I look at it and I'm like, I know I have this right. And if it doesn't work, I'm like, no, motherfucker. I know I have this right. Try it again.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Sadie. How are you? Kyle, the weed has me by the asshole. Not just like head or chest or throat or anything. Foot, leg, no, asshole.
Should talk with Titan Uranus. He can help.
He's about ready to go to bed.
I should take some so that I'm ready to go to bed pretty soon.
Look, I'm telling you what, Ox. I'm telling you right now. I was always afraid to approach any BIPOC woman. I was always afraid to. And I'm to the point now in my life that I just don't give a shit. And I'm going to try it anyways. I am going to start going back to the gym though, because my middle has gotten beyond what I would care for my middle ever to be. So I don't like that shit. Oh, shut up, Ox. You're such an asshole. I love you. Green cards are big money, Beck. Only takes 2 years. Fuck off, man. No, I don't. I would like someone to at least speak mostly English, and I'm really not trying to get anybody from overseas who's going to use me. So no, I'm good. I've already had lots of offers from disgustingly sexy women, which means that's fake. So anyways, moving on.
You can take a Brit.
A Brit?
Rescue a Brit from Turf Island.
Well.
Oh my.
What's she look like?
And can I say, I didn't know, because I don't spend that much time on Twitter, but I argued once with a turf on Twitter, and I had, oh my Lord, it was like waves. Waves.
It is an experience.
It's
an experience.
It truly is.
The GCs from the UK are an experience. And have you been dogpiled by them yet?
Oh my. But yeah, well, that's the weird thing about Twitter is that it was like one person would respond and they'd be like, "You suck," and I'd be like, "Okay," but then it would be like, Jill is responding to person who said you suck. Yeah, she totally sucks. It's like you get like waves of hate.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh.
You get the dog pile because one person finds you, they dog whistle to everybody else, and then you get thousands of turfs commenting on a little thing that you said, and it is a lot to deal with.
It is. It's hard to like just argue with what it's like a whack-a-mole as well, because just arguing with one creates three.
Yep. Well, because they all signal for each other. Like that's their MO for being on Twitter, and that's why they're so hard to deal with. And the other thing, like a lot of the arguments that you would use with religious people, you can't even use because I think the majority of the GCs in the UK are secular, so it's really difficult because they've had times when they've called me. They've said that my view on gender and sex is the same as being a flat earther. So it's like they think that they are the scientific community when they in fact are not. So that's the weird place that they take these arguments.
It doesn't even make sense.
I think that is a projection because we have which version is taught in classrooms. There is in biology.
Yeah, so here's what it essentially is. These are people with a bare minimum knowledge of like high school level biology, or maybe like a gen bio from undergrad, to where they know the basics, but the problem is they don't know the nuance of biology. And that's where you get into problems when you assume that the basics are everything. And it makes it very difficult to argue with them.
I'm just going to leave this up here for a little bit. I like that, Kyle.
Well, I just want to say, first of all, Arden is not only gorgeous, but brilliant. And I just want to also say a shout out to Matt. And I know Matt gets a lot of hate. I love Matt Dillahunty. I think
you know what? Look, I'm friends with here's Matt. The bottom line.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
They're adults. They're happy. Actually, they're adults. Nothing beyond that matters to anybody. But I love that they're happy, and I love that they seem to be happy together, and they have a good time together. And one of them will be streaming, and the other one will pop over and say, like, Art will be streaming, some asshole will come on, and Matt will come over and go, let me tell you something, buddy. I love it.
They're great.
I love it. He's like, I hear everything. I'm in the next room. It's great. So, but no, I think they're cute, and I was telling Ben, I said, you know, you never know what someone's going to be like in real life versus online. And when they're into that call-in show thing. And he said, well, I met Matt. He's cool as hell. And they were just like the nicest people. And I was like, dude, that's awesome. Like I knew Arden would be. She just has that personality. You know, she's a good person. And like, she just can't even hide that. You know what I mean?
Amy's got the hammer.
I can't help it. Just one thing. Cause even though, and then I'll drop it. But the TERFs are like, oh, we're totally not religious. But who do they crawl to? Who is it that there are the TERFy allies that they flock to? Which podcasts? Which, streams, channels, and sometimes backing do they get? Well,
Ben Shapiro.
That's right. The quote-unquote Jado Christians. Why? This is the Skeptics Annotated Bible, which is a version of the King James Bible, but with a few annotations on the side from skeptics. Basically, what the skeptics trying to say also is, look how much text that they put when they could have just said this up here. But,
right. Yeah. My brother says that a lot too. Yeah.
I like your serpent with the apple in the background.
Oh, well, thank you. Exactly. Look. And it's hard. He's trying to get it while he can. He used to have legs, and that made things much easier. But apparently...
I think he can only swallow it whole.
Oh, my. And yeah, look. And I can't believe that all of good and evil, or the knowledge of, is contained in a single fruit.
Right.
Generally, that's just me.
Is that why an apple a day keeps the doctor away?
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. Mm-hmm.
Which is why we don't eat apples, because we want to keep students.
No, see, it's okay because I'm on Team Satan anyway, so I have no problem with this. We are Team Satan here.
Ox, no, it is because Sadie is more of a non-binary person, androgynous, and she does not care for, or they do not care for, I don't know, do you still use she, her?
I use she, her, but I don't like to be called ma'am. But I do have the Al Bundy pin for work just because it's a joke, but it's a
reminder. Yeah.
It's a joke for the customers that will think that it's for Al Bundy.
Yeah, it's a jovial reminder is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a subtle reminder.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, it's kind of like Ben with his "It's a Boy" shirt, you know?
Oh yeah, I have it. It's a boy shirt.
I'm a little bit worried about the store I just got I'm going to be working at for Starbucks.
Oh.
I walked in there and there was people sitting in the store, not drinking Starbucks, eating Chick-fil-A. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, this is not Chick-fil-A.
Friends. They're friends of somebody. They're friends of somebody that works there. I guarantee it. And they're letting.
Yeah. And I think I got myself into the least queer store in Cincinnati.
Oh, lovely. Well, the good news is that there's a Starbucks on every other corner in big cities. So if you get sick of that, you can always say, hey, you know what? I don't feel like I fit in very well here. Is there another store I could try out?
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I'm only going to be here for 10 weeks, so I'll just suck it up.
Oh, yeah.
But I'll just wear my queer Starbucks shirts because they're legal. My earrings.
There you go.
I don't know if they're all still there, but
quiet rebuttal.
10 years ago, there was a corner in Minneapolis where literally at that intersection, 3 of the 4 corners had Starbucks on them.
I don't think there is anymore.
Yeah, just because that happened to be the dividing line between the suburbs. Mm-hmm. So they were technically in 3 separate cities, but they were all at the same intersection.
That's funny.
I mean, if they can all prosper, who cares? The people, whatever shop that person's closest to from their house, that's the one they'll go to. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. Well, with traffic flow, I'm sure a lot of it had to do with just which direction you were heading.
Spooky, I have been in so many Starbucks in so many states. It's crazy.
I'm going to make my kid work for Starbucks so they can get all their surgeries.
Yeah, and get that college education too. They put a lot of money into college.
Their college education is only at ASU, and if you don't, and it's only for online.
Seriously?
Not every student can do online school.
No, I couldn't.
Like, my kid's not going to want to do that after being distance learning for almost 3 years.
No, I'd be like smoking pot and shit instead of paying attention and doodling with a fucking pen or something. I could never do that. The people have to be right in front of me, and I have to.
There's some classes I don't mind taking distance learning, like my gen eds. I don't care about those, but like my science courses, I better be in a freaking lab, because if I'm not in a lab, that gives me less advantage over people that have been in a lab.
And I just want to thank all of you, because you definitely reminded me what I had in the freezer.
Is that a Java chip Frappuccino?
Why, yes, it is.
See, I know my Starbucks, and
I
it's
had
slightly
Starbucks,
melted.
but I already drank it. So, I had a caramel macchiato.
Hey, did I tell you guys about my new idea for a career move?
I got to show you this kitty that I'm.
This is what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to wait until I'm really hairy and I have all my surgeries done, and I'm going to go into porn.
Oh, whoa!
Apparently, trans guys make a lot of money off of porn right now.
Oh yeah, trans people in general make a lot of money.
So I'm just gonna go do porn. I'm just gonna fuck a bunch of different women. I don't care.
He's mad.
Aw,
isn't he
poor
cute?
Boy. He is cute.
Oh, I picked him up and he's freaking out.
Ooh, sorry. Awesome,
Kyle. I thought you were going to bed.
Yeah,
Kyle said he was going to bed, and then he shows up in the chat. We love you, Kyle, but also you said you were going to bed.
He's okay. I just picked him up. He freaked out when I picked him up.
So smooth.
I want to see Cosmic.
Too much, huh?
Your shirt. I want to see the shirt.
Your shirt. Well, next time he's on a stream, you'll see it.
I think I got scratched by Koa. He's a new cat. He's my new roommate.
Oh, yes. Billy Joel, right, Perps?
I'm actually not even sure who it is. It's it's on Sloth Girl's music stick.
I think it's either Billy Joel or
No, it's got more of a country thing to it.
What's his name? I know who it is. I know who does that. Kyle said, "Shh, I can do what I want," and "what" is spelled improperly. And there's a
Kyle. I'm sending you some pictures from the Sims game today.
Oh no, Ben.
Oh no, because I had them listen to metal, and it was really funny because the the things that the game says about metal, it just makes it really funny. I can share the pictures here. Let me open them. I even tagged Katie Montgomery in one of them because it was just too funny. Oh, I also made Stool do a keg stand, but that's besides the point.
Did you guys make?
No, I saw that. OA wasn't it OA holding him up for the keg stand?
Yeah,
and Catnip was watching. Yeah, I saw that. And Stool's like, "What?"
Yeah. Okay, so if you play metal on any of the stereos, you get the volume options. Everything is in caps when talking about metal. Does it make metal quieter for some reason, make metal proper and loud, or make metal not hurt ears? Those are your volume options. And then you can also have your sim brutally dance to metal. You can also get, when you listen to metal in the game, you get this in all caps: bang your head, scream out your lungs, and knit a sweater because you're listening to metal. And then I got this beautiful screenshot of Secular Rarity wearing a suit and air guitaring.
Nice.
Whenever you guys say Secular Rarity, I think of the My Little Pony Rarity.
Can we
Photoshop? I need this to happen.
Yes, right? Absolutely. Yeah, apparently I was totally off. It's Rodney Atkins. And Kyle said Google has spoken. So that's that. I mean, two people Googled it at the same time, so it's got to be true.
2 Googles. I mean, come on.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Thank you, Amy, for recognizing what I was trying to lay out there. I feel like nobody was picking up on that.
If Google would return the same answer to 2 different computers, I mean, that's got to be right, huh?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Now, if you get like 10 or 20 people, like all of us at once, Google the same exact line and got the same exact porn. No, I mean, that's not what I meant. I didn't mean porn.
Oh my.
It's the same exact link. No, I just threw that in there randomly. I don't know why.
But you're trying to say then it becomes a law at that point.
And don't get porn links, but get actual true valid links out of it. Yeah, then it's got to be, it's like the non-version of gospel. I don't have to say that C word.
Starbucks.
I can't help it because McDonald's is sweet, but it's too sweet sometimes, okay?
Yes.
Dunkin' Donuts can be a little bitter, all right? A little bit too bitter, and I'm not saying that there's a Goldilocks somewhere. But Starbucks makes a good coffee. That's all I'm saying. I'm just
But I do like the fun wording of Drunken Dunkin'.
Oh my, Drunken Dunkin'.
It's some weird white soccer mom internet trope right now.
Is it really?
The Drunken Dunkin', like that soccer mom that, like, you know, the perpetually wine drunk soccer moms that are
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. That's great.
The problem I have with Starbucks is everything there tastes like coffee.
Oh my god.
The Starbucks refresher is made with coffee, but it does not taste like coffee.
Perps, don't incriminate yourself anymore. I have to kick you out. Don't tell me you hate coffee.
You didn't know that by now?
Do you like the strawberry refresher?
I don't think we've ever discussed drinks. We've always had important conversations, Purple.
No,
The strawberry refresher is made with green coffee, and it does not taste like coffee. It tastes like strawberries.
But it has the caffeine of coffee.
It has green strawberry or green coffee extract in it.
Oh, touche, mon frere.
Yes. So people are like, "Can I get this tea for my child?" I'm like, "That's not tea. That's an energy drink."
It's not strawberry flavored tea. Honey.
Yes, I'll serve a Trenta strawberry refresher to your 11-year-old because they are not supervised.
The kid's gonna be like, Mom, let's go to the park.
How badly do you need your child to run a marathon? Are you
When I see the school groups come through and every single 11-year-old is ordering a Trenta strawberry or Fesher, we automatically ask the chaperone from the school if they would like an extra shot of espresso to keep up with them.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want one for each kid? Okay, I'll put an extra 6 shots in. Yep, 6 of them got it. Yep, you're screwed, buddy. Yep.
Sloth Girl did that once when she was watching her granddaughter, and her daughter was over an hour late getting back, so she gave her granddaughter chocolate cake and Mountain Dew and told her good luck getting her to bed tonight.
You told me
She
that
was never late
she was
again.
like really late. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. That would be horrible. Oh my God. I mean, really, you're just torturing the parent because the kid in a couple, like by the next day, won't even remember that it happened. They don't care.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Once the kid winds down from it and they pass out.
Oh yeah, and they'll
resets.
crash hard. Yeah. Yeah. HH said the first time my old coffee shop got chocolate covered espresso beans, one of my friends wound up doing laps around the building. Dude, I ate some of those and I took a nap. It was a great nap too.
Can I say, and you may have the same thing, because of my ADD riddled brain, though I think it got all lumped under a version of ADHD now. Yeah. But sometimes caffeine can calm me. So whatever reason, energy drinks do keep me up, but I can also fall asleep on them, and they calm me in a weird way.
Well, the vitamins, the funny thing is like the uppers with the caffeine will put you to sleep if you're ADHD, but if the vitamins can help ramp you up, if they have the right vitamins for energy in them. So
Gosh,
I think that's probably like a clash with some of that.
It might be.
Because some energy drinks will have just vitamins and some of them have caffeine and vitamins, I believe.
Well, and there's some energy drinks that are just basically straight up pre-workout in a can. So like Bang is like the pre-workout powder that you put in water before you. That's you probably haven't used it. Yeah, the straight up stimulants, but with all like.
Oh yeah, I don't
vitamins and the caffeine.
I just drink.
They're super.
BCAAs is all I do.
Stuff that's like in a black box.
No, these are super potent and will make you jittery and itchy potentially. But but yeah, no, there's some energy drinks that are basically just pre-workout in a can, like Bang, and some other ones are like, I mean, they're great, like because I need that much stimulation to survive, but it's also like it's not for the faint of heart to use this.
Yeah, the problem I had with when I was taking Adderall was the insurance won't cover the long lasting, and the short lasting, you don't really know. It kind of wears off different every day. And I don't know what that depends on. It might depend on how much food I ate that morning, or if I didn't eat any food, it might have lasted longer normally. And then one morning I ate some food and I don't know.
My insurance won't cover the
but it started making me roller coaster.
Screw your insurance.
And it was emotionally wrecking me.
They cover the name brand. It's just more expensive.
I have a whole bottle in the backseat of my pickup truck in Santa Fe if anybody wants it. I just went like this. Fuck that shit. And I threw it in the backseat. I don't know where it is. So I just quit taking it and I feel better. I'm just better. I mean, honestly, it's better for me to take little hits of sativa all day where I'm not stoned, but I'm just like down here instead of up here like I normally am. And then I'm good all day. So yeah. I just can't do that at work and shit.
Caffeine doesn't have much effect on me. You know, I try to use it sometimes to stay awake through the day, and it just doesn't really help.
Well, yeah. I don't know. All I know is I fucking have ADHD and it fucking puts me to sleep. I can drink a whole pot and go fucking just lay down. I'm done.
When I'm working a lot, I can get up to work 12 shots of espresso, and like it doesn't even work
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
But once I take like a break from it for like a week or two, then it'll work again.
I missed when I was trimming.
You got a stubble?
No, I have a hair that's longer than the rest of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get those too right here, you know, when you get old.
No, I need a better light where my mirror is, or I need to move my mirror in a better. It's hard because in a tiny home, you only have like little spots of wall space. So
You just need one of those like really strong 10x mirrors. And then you'll see everything that you don't want to see.
I have a little one that's 10x.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem I have is like sometimes I have to like hold it up and do other things, and I can't like bring my hair out with a comb and trim it while I'm holding that fucking mirror because I only have 2 hands.
Yeah. That's what I like about this hotel that I go to in Chicago is they have one of those mirrors that's stuck to the wall.
Yeah,
with
some
a
of
light
them
on
do.
it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, and then this one in here is really fucking dim. It sucks. It's supposed to look all cool, and it does
Are you
look
in a
cool,
hotel?
but oh yeah.
I can tell.
Yeah.
You're not in your normal surroundings.
No, it's very much brighter behind me here.
Yeah.
Looks
I'm
more
in a
like I'm at
different
my
place,
ex's
too.
house, to be honest.
Huh?
I said it kind of looks like I'm at my ex's house, to be honest.
Did you check the mirror to make sure it's not two-way?
Dun 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 dun.
I was just reading something about that on Twitter.
What are you talking about?
Two-way mirrors
Oh,
at the cheap hotels in Colorado.
whatever. If somebody wants to see this fat shit, let them fucking look. Like, you're a dumbass. You're really wasting your time over here, buddy. I mean, unless you're going to look at my shoulders from behind while I'm flexing, that's pretty much the best shot I got. Everything else is pretty crap right now.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna change that soon. So
Who would
I'm
bother
ready to go
with a
back to the
two-way
gym.
mirror anymore when you can just, hide a dozen webcams in the room?
Yeah. That's what those little things are behind you on the wall.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
You're
looks
right.
like
They're
a
not,
fire alarm. But
they're
it's
not. They're not smoke detectors or CO2 detectors. You're right. They're hidden cameras. Yeah.
Anytime you see
I
a
really,
nickel-sized dot,
honestly,
that's a
I
camera
don't give a
lens.
fuck. Like, I cannot wait to remove these things that make it illegal for me to not have a shirt on. Because I would just love to be able to fucking go work outside in the winter and the summertime and not have to wear a fucking shirt and sweat my goddamn ass off. When everybody else gets to, like,
Yeah.
and I'm sitting there fucking dying and there's no air on my body. So
I was thinking about trolling the turfs just after my boobs start to grow in to go around without a shirt before I get the gender marker changed on my driver's license.
there you go.
What the heck?
Well, hi, Sabrina.
Hello.
Yeah, that means pretty much everybody said hi, Sabrina. So that's what you get. Anyways, where were we? I feel like I derailed shit or something. Sorry.
Wait, there was a rail?
Yeah.
There's ever a
There's
topic
kind of a rail.
Well,
it was only
gabbling
one
about
rail.
caffeine.
And then we always
riding on
leave
one
that.
rail.
Yeah.
And then I just knocked us off.
As long as you don't touch the third rail, it's all good.
Yeah.
Or break the fourth wall. Either one.
Any of those. Right. Yep. Don't eat the yellow snow either. There's all kinds of stuff out there you guys need to watch for. It's a dangerous world. HH said, I don't go out without a shirt. I live in a flight path and I'm afraid I will get in trouble with the FAA. Ha ha ha.
For flashing white?
John Hudson said in Austin it is legal for anyone to go topless. Yeah, there's actually a lot of places like that. You'd be surprised. Columbus, Ohio is one of them. It is not illegal to be topless in Columbus, Ohio. So every time there is any kind of a umbrella-shaped parade, there's a lot of people out there topless, like half of them in the parade. Yeah, it's weird. There's like certain cities that you would think are more conservative, but yet they have legal topless laws. So I don't know.
I
It's
recall
definitely
reading
weird.
a story some years ago about a woman robbing banks topless. And apparently it worked because not a single one of the men could describe her face.
Purple, you're fucking hilarious. It's
No,
probably true,
that was
though.
a legitimate news item. I
Really?
read in a newspaper some years ago.
She had it down to a
There
science.
was no description given of the woman's face. Yeah, I bet not. Holy shit.
Her ears were so big. They were this big.
Probably. Whatever. Dolly Parton walking in there, she'd fucking rob the whole place blind. Nobody would move.
Why is Starbucks charging me to ship a shirt to Starbucks?
Wow. They're
Wow,
charging
cheap
you
bastards.
to ship their own shirt?
That's the whole point of having it shipped to a store, is that they ship it with the rest of the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
That
the
sounds
point.
like rather scamish.
But I better do it priority because I want to wear it all month. Because that's how I roll. I'll rub it in your face if you don't like it. You can eat your
She's gonna wear the pride flag Starbucks shirt all
I should
month.
totally go get hair dye and rainbow my hair.
Rainbow
but I have
everything.
to look professional.
You know what you
working
could
at a
do?
children's hospital.
You know what you could do though? That would be fun. You could just do a rainbow stripe like this, just over your ear and down the back, and stop it on your neck. And it's for Pride Month. Nobody would say anything, and the kids.
I'm totally gonna pay the priority shipping.
I would pay somebody to do that. Just do the little. But I mean, my hair is not thick enough, but I keep it too thin to do that.
I could
But
just
your
get
hair would be the
the
perfect
stuff
thickness.
from the Hot Topic that just washes out after 6 washes, and I could just do a little bit.
Oh yeah, you could, yeah.
And I think it's appropriate in a children's hospital because I've seen people with colorful hair at children's hospitals.
Yeah, why not?
I'm just working in a lab with rats, so it's not anybody's gonna see me.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, go with whatever your
No,
program.
I'm not working with rats. I'm kidding. I'm not working.
Oh, okay. I get excited. Most people hate mice and rats, but I like them. I think they're adorable.
I don't think I could do that. Dissect them. I dissect them mice.
I don't want
kill
to
it.
dissect them.
I thought you meant that at Starbucks you were just going to be conducting experiments on the customers.
No,
Real quick, let me read this.
Starbucks. I'm gonna wear Pride stuff all month while they eat their Chick-fil-A in my store.
This is Kyle's way of saying goodnight. The day was all but done. I tucked myself away to a dream. To dream a dream I've never dreamed, that tomorrow would be the day. I'd break my fears. I'd free my bonds to live my life my way. I love you, Kyle. Have a great night, buddy.
Hey, Kyle.
He's got an amazing heart. So intelligent.
Night, Kyle.
Night, Kyle. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah. No.
You killed Kenny, you bastard.
Oh, do you remember when we watched those before they were reruns?
Oh yeah, I remember when we watched them when he first came out. It was a thing. Like you got to catch the fucking South Park, man.
Yeah, you had to wait for it to come on every week.
Yeah.
And now these kids, they just don't even understand that.
They're so spoiled. They're like, I gotta wait till tomorrow, and I'm like, oh my god, shut up. We used to wait like a week or a month to watch the next fucking thing.
I had to wait 13 years for Avatar. So
yes.
So
how long did we have to wait for Incredibles 2?
Yeah, too. Just got announced.
Incredibles 2? It was already
if the
out.
rat had a fuzzy tail, it would be loved
something-
by all. Yeah. Yep.
See, and some people don't like, bats have kind of caused us a little bit of trouble lately, but I still think they're adorable.
I love it when I see a bat flying in the Mall of America. I'm like, they're my, I just think they're cool.
They are.
A rat
They are
with a
pretty
fuzzy tail is known as a squirrel.
I was gonna say, right? That's pretty much right. Yeah.
Squirrels are cute too.
Squirrels are cuter. Chipmunks are fucking adorable. They are just fucking adorable. You ever seen a baby chipmunk?
Yep.
Only on
Their
the
bodies
internet,
are
but
like
they're
an inch and a
adorable.
half tall, and they're tails like 2 inches tall, and they are so fucking cute. They are just little
What?
fur balls.
What's
Chipmunks,
cute?
baby chipmunks.
Oh yeah, chipmunks are
Because
cute.
they only get like 5 inches, 6 inches adult, so they're little when they're out running
I
around.
think
for the
I
first
saw an
time.
Alvin and the Chipmunks movie. So that's
Yeah.
I used to love.
Maybe student Dr. Ben will sing the chipmunks for us.
I used to love Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
There.
okay. I was
I
gonna say
ordered-
I actually
That was my adult
knew Chip and Dale's
cartoon
a
guilt.
lot, but it's something a little bit different.
There.
I didn't say club and nails. I said Chip and Dale.
Oh my. That too.
Hellbound Hillbilly said bats are sky puppies.
They are.
Kira
Oh,
Kira
that's
said
cute.
bats are adorable.
Have you ever seen when people like are rescuing baby bats and they are like all sucking on like pacifiers?
yes.
It's cute.
They're
Did you
like
guys
the
see
little
the-
half nub things with the
Yeah.
little rounds.
Did you guys see the one where the cat brings a baby squirrel over to the house? And the dad's like, "What do you got?" And the cat like backs away and then turns around and looks at him. And he picks it up. And he's like, "Oh my God, that's a baby squirrel." And then the cat runs across the yard and there was like 4 more. And they like fell out of the tree and they were laying there on the ground. Just their eyes weren't even open yet. They were just squirming around the ground. And he's like, "Well, let's go get these guys warm." And he grabs them. He's like, "Good girl." And she's like meowing at him and all proud and sniffing at the squirrels. Like, "Look what I found, Daddy." You know?
I actually
She's all
had
proud
that
of herself.
happen.
Like, look at that.
What? Go closer. Oh, hold on. Let me
it's a
solo.
Bat, they're bats being.
Hold it there.
Bat
Hold it
burritos.
there.
Yeah, bat burritos.
They're like baby burritos.
Okay, that's ridiculously cute.
Okay, this is adorable.
When I was with my ex, I actually had that happen, that our dog brought me a baby squirrel, and as soon as I took it from her, she ran and got another
Hold
one,
on.
and she wound up bringing me 5 baby squirrels.
Look at it. It's got his tongue sticking out like a cat.
They are just like babies. Oh, that's funny shit. Oh, come on, that didn't work. Let me try that again. Okay, there we go. Hillbilly said swaddled bats are the cutest thing. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Just baby animals. Any baby animal can be fucking adorable, you know? Even a baby snake, you're like, "Oh, look how little it is. No,
No,
it's only like this long. I'll have to kill it by the time it's an adult, but right now it's so cute."
it's not cute.
No, some of them are.
That's
When
a
I
no
was
go.
when I was 10, I think I was 10, my mom went back to college and one of the football players brought his own python with him. And it was I think it was like 12 feet. It was that yellow and white kind. I don't know, some kind of boa.
Yep.
But it was the coolest, calmest snake, and it was summertime, so it would just lay on your shoulders and chill because we were outside and the sun was hitting it, and it loved it. And he was like, "You guys want to touch it?" We were like, "Yeah." And I was with my brother Richard, and so we both like touched the
That's
snake. We
definitely
were
what
like, "This
he
is so
should
cool."
think, so.
And then he goes, "You want to hold the snake?" We were like, "Yeah." And then Richard goes, "I'll get the head." And I'm like, "Thanks." Because I was a little freaked out by the head still. I mean, the head was almost as big as my head.
All right, now you're just setting me up for these shows.
Oh, God. Go ahead. Go lay it on me.
Oh, no. I mean,
Yeah, I
That-
was
that-
going
it
the
did have a
same
big head.
place.
no, I'm sure it had a very big head, and you have to grab it by the head. What are we talking? We're talking about snakes, right?
Snakes. Yes.
Gotcha.
Snakes.
Snakes.
Absolutely.
I'm focusing.
Yep.
Baby snakes are no
Baby
strings.
That's what I said.
Nope strings until they get big enough to become nope ropes.
Aw.
Do you guys remember the show? Was it Doug?
I don't know.
And he's holding a worm and he says, snakes are like worms, only worse, or something like that.
Yeah, kind of. But yeah, no. But yeah, they're worse.
Yeah.
Worms are pretty innocent. They just want to filter dirt. That's their life.
They get the last
Getting
laugh.
getting all the pre-travel anxiety.
Oh,
I don't want to go to
man.
Texas.
Are you driving or flying?
Or flying.
You can't say which place you're going to be at.
I shouldn't. No, it's a security risk too.
Yeah, no, it's just.
I think I know where you're going to be, but
in Texas. That's all that needs to be.
Well, there are a few bases in Texas.
Yeah, there really are.
Yeah.
There's quite a few. Yeah, from reserve to National Guard to Army to Air Force to there's all kinds of bases.
So what you're
and
saying
honestly,
is,
it doesn't really matter what branch you're in, because there's times that I've ended up at a Navy base to do some training because the Army was using the Navy base. So sometimes you never know where you're going to end up. Yeah. It was funny too, because they were saluting all of us and I was an E3. They were saluting
but they didn't
me
know the
because they don't know the ranks.
Yeah.
The Navy doesn't know, so they just salute anybody that looks like they're Army or Marines. Anybody, they just
This is
salute.
so funny.
It's true though. They were saluting everybody, and I was like, Sergeant Green. He goes, "Shh, they don't know." He said, "Just play along," and I was like, "All right." So we walk by there's another group of them. They're all like, they all stop, snap to attention, and he's like, goes by them, and it was funny.
Being saluted is super weird.
We were just acting like he was the fucking officer. We were just following him. And we were like, "What's up?" It was great.
That's so
It happened,
awkward.
like-
I wish people didn't salute me when I know it's a customs thing. You got to do it, but there's a reason why we all
necessary
walk.
for discipline and command.
Yeah, there's a reason why a lot of us choose to like walk different ways so we don't run into people.
No, there comes somebody. I'm gonna go a long way around.
It's okay. It's as uncomfortable for me as it is for you.
Right? It's uncomfortable for both of us, but just let's do it and get it.
It's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable for everybody.
Just lay there and let it happen. Just
so you're saying it's like virginity. Okay, gotcha.
It's uncomfortable for everybody.
Just gotta let it happen.
Mhm.
That's right. Man, we always go back to sex, don't we? I feel like Amy pulled us back in that time.
Everything always goes back to
It was
sex.
not my fault that time, I swear.
There are times my head isn't in the gutter. I sleep
We are
occasionally.
adults. We are sexually minded adults, and this is what
That's
happens.
bullshit. You just don't remember those sex dreams, Amy. That's what
True.
it is. I rarely
Getting
remember my
steamy in
dreams,
here.
honestly. It's because I smoke so much at night to go to sleep. I just crash. So that's my gig.
Yeah, I don't remember most of my dreams, but I've been told that we all dream. So there we go.
I do.
They say that. They do say that. I've only remembered my dreams when I was in the worst part of my life, and they were always horrible dreams. And I think that's the only reason I remembered them. So I'm pretty convinced that I don't have bad dreams anymore because I don't remember any of them. Like once in a while, I'll wake up and have a vague memory of the dream, and it'll be like, "Oh, this and this was happening." Well, that's kind of chill, you know. Oh, okay, I guess that's good, you know. Like nothing's ever bad. It's always there's someone in the dream that I give a shit about, like a friend or like my ex, because I saw her. I had a dream with her in it. Because we're friends. We've been friends for years. We split up back in 2009, and we've been friends ever since. And her and her wife are moving to the area that I'm in. So it's going to be pretty cool. Like we can go and hang out sometimes. It'll be like 45 minutes away from me ish.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So it'll be cool. Yeah. And what's really cool about it is she's a sex therapist that helps trans people in every aspect of their transition and everything. So she's a big advocate, and she said she's like she'll have a trans client and they recommend somebody to her, and she's like, "Sure, I'll take them. You know, I'm full, but I don't care. I'll take them. Right? I want to help people." So she'll bring in this next person, and they'd say, "Oh, well, the previous therapist said this and this and this," and she's like, "No, oh my God, don't listen to them. Okay, let's just ignore everything they said. Let's start fresh." She said they are fucking these trans kids up. and she's pissed about it. She's like pissed off. And
I was bummed because the therapist that my kids were seeing decided to go private practice. $200 a session.
Yeah.
And she wants to see them once a month. I'm like, I'm a single parent, or once a week.
Like who? Yeah. How much money do you think I have coming out of my ass? Right.
Yeah, and it like they're like I have to have their dad's consent too because we're divorced.
Sorry.
Oh my. I heard that.
Amy's energy is my favorite.
I know. That's why I love Amy. You never know what she's going to do. She'll get quiet for a while. She's like Purple. Quiet for a while and then just pops off of something that's fucking hilarious and just slides it in, and it takes a second to register.
Oh,
like,
come on. See, you make comments like
Slides
that,
it in.
and then you expect me not to say anything. Come on.
Well, and then she stays quiet, and then all of a sudden there's a hammer on the table, just like okay, all right, Amy.
She's slamming it down. God damn motherfucker.
Listen, if religion would stop, I would stop saying how stupid it is. No. We think you are so amazing. Woo-hoo.
She pounds the annotated Bible for skeptics.
Listen,
I need to get
this
that
book
Bible.
is packed filled with wisdom. It has a little bit of violence, a little bit of slavery. It might have you.
Oh, so it's the Bible.
So basically, it's just the Bible.
This
I'll
is
be right
basically the Bible, but it also, I think, in this section, it actually says that if you don't believe in him, we're all going to burn forever. And the annotation says, "Wow, that dude's evil." Yay!
Can I just have the annotated part without the rest of it?
Yeah, that would probably. Or one day we can just have none of it at all.
We should make a comic book version of the annotated part of the Bible.
Well, and this is a little bit blasphemous, but one day I do want to make.
About who?
Well, I do think that if you were just to create an RPG, I think that Moses, Jesus, and Muhammad, I feel like they would just make a fantastic, you got your warrior, healer, and mage, and they just go on and do things.
I'd like to see Moses keep his bush of marijuana from burning.
Oh my.
That's probably why,
I will say, and you did bring up my newest one. Now, it's not a bush, but I don't know if you are all familiar with the apologetic look at the trees. It's a very powerful apologetic.
You have a prop for the tree. And I was over here getting all excited that I was going to see a bush on stream tonight, but I am disappointed.
Oh my! Can I just say
what happened?
That I could show them, but that's a much more rated R.
Is that a bush plushie?
No.
If you have a burning bush, you should definitely go see a doctor immediately.
Or just
well, Ben is a doctor.
There's a cream for that.
Put the fire out. Just put the fire out.
I now do want a burning bush
high.
Oh my!
Moses said that he was high because the bush was burning.
Oh well, I will say that in order for you to believe that story, you have to be burning many a bush. So, and it's one thing if you talk. God damn that. It's one thing if you talk to the bush. If the bush talks back, oh my God!
Please see your psychiatrist on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do that anymore. My insurance decided to stop paying the therapist I was seeing, so.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, that sucks ass.
Yep.
Do you get insurance through your job, or do you have?
No, I'm getting it through the state because of my disability.
And the state doesn't give. Normally, the state gives good health insurance. That sucks.
Well, they will. It's just the particular therapist I was seeing. I don't know. They ended their agreement with her or whatever. But I only found her after searching for about 4 months and going through the list of people they gave me who they approved, because she was the first one that didn't say something about religion or spiritual healing on the first paragraph of her webpage.
Wow. Well, it reminds me of similar things when, all of our getting sober programs and all of that, almost all of them unanimously are religious, especially when it comes with alcoholic problems.
Yeah. The 12-step program.
12-step programs. Yeah, they're all... not to get into even more fun subjects, but also with our incarceration system, there's no better way to get a better sentence by confessing religion.
Yep.
And and that's only the iceberg of how bad our system is here. Did Jesus lose his ability to walk on water after crucifixion? Well, can I tell you, not to...
Well, he did have holes in his feet, so...
Yeah.
That's true. Jesus would make a crappy raft.
I'm not impressed by the walking on water bit. In Minnesota, anybody can walk across any of the lakes between November and March.
Right.
But I also like that after he resurrected, the first thing he did was disappear forever. Wow. Of course. No. Didn't go back to preaching or trying to form a religion. He conveniently went up to heaven. Yes. With his whole body, his entire body. Does anyone else?
My girlfriend's at a different school in a different state.
Yeah. Mine too.
Definitely.
Man. Mine too.
I think it's
She's almost
more
in college. You probably never meet her.
Exactly. You wouldn't like her anyway, so you probably shouldn't talk.
I think it's more like, that after the Romans had crucified him, somebody saw him walking around town again, and the disciples were like, fuck it, you're supposed to be dead. You're going to blow this whole thing.
Well, I've asked Christians, I'm like, would you take him down? If you saw Jesus up there, and most of the Christians I've talked to, they've been like, no, he's got to stay up. They'd watch him. They'd be like, hey, Jesus, how you doing up there? I'm glad you're about to die for our sins. Wow.
The next time a Christian tells me they get crucified for what they believe, I'm going to say, well, Jesus did that for himself, so maybe it's your turn. I don't know.
They use the word persecuted, but same difference.
Yeah, it's like the same thing.
Well, it's true. They are the real victims.
Don't they say carry your cross daily or something?
Oh, well, they're full of shit.
I can use their shit against them.
I don't see any of them fucking helping people.
Have you seen the ones that on Easter they actually do reenactments?
I'm sorry, but The Passion of Christ was the most disturbing movie of all times.
Yeah, they do live reenactments. That they'll erect these crosses out in a field somewhere, and they'll actually put 3 guys up on the crosses.
I thought you were going to say burn them. Different type of Christian. Not too
No, not the ones with the white coats. No.
Yeah.
The one with the dirty gray uniforms. Yeah, and red. Right back.
So if Jesus had been beheaded, instead of a cross, would they all be wearing executioner's axes?
Absolutely. No, I always think it was a Roman torture device. Like, I feel like that would horror the Romans nowadays. Like, oh yeah, no, you killed this guy, and now they went around. It's like if someone were to be hung or to be stabbed, it'd be like making a necklace about a noose or a knife. But that's the other thing, is that they change a lot of what I view as horrible, sometimes they view as beautiful. Like,
I was just thinking that, like, such a beautiful story. Like, how is this a beautiful story?
yeah, it's like torture
If I
porn.
told them my life story about being molested by people in the church, and they'd say it's a beautiful story because I've gotten through it.
The one that gets me is the Christian women who say that the story of Job is a beautiful story. And
Yeah,
it's like, you didn't really pay attention to what happened to his wife in that one, did you?
his entire family. Like, how many people had to die in that story for that wager to have happened? Like,
picky.
like
But
for
it was
real,
all
over a
okay.
stupid wager.
It was all okay because God gave him a new family.
Yeah.
The ends justify the means if you don't think about it.
Mm-hmm. It's not beautiful.
Really.
It's so disturbing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll bring it back around. You know what isn't disturbing? Being transgender, queer, LGBTQI+.
Oh yeah, we're beautiful. All of
We
us
are
are beautiful.
We're just like a bowl full of rainbows.
Some of them are even pissed off. I've heard rants, and I know this is
because we stole the
really
rainbow.
Rare. Yes, exactly. Like I once did commentary on like a steal taking back the rainbow.
Mm-hmm.
So mean. Yeah, we stole it. What you gonna do about it?
So if you can't say gay in schools anymore, can you watch the Flintstones?
Oh well, that's a documentary.
No, because they're gonna have a gay old time.
They'll have a gay old time.
So do they have to cancel that show?
When they're not trying to push that as the biological model, they put that up against what student Dr. Ben is learning.
They'll have to get rid of that old song too back in the crooners day. I'm so happy and gay. Yeah. Let's get rid of that too.
I wonder if there's any church songs with the word gay in it that they before.
A lot of the old time songs did have gay in it because it was considered to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Had no other connotation to it. So I'm like, when people would go, "You're gay," and I go, "Yeah, I'm a happy fucking bitch." So fuck off.
We've been going for 3 hours, and I have to get up early for a flight tomorrow. And I gotta finish cleaning up around here, so I'm probably gonna head off.
Okay, go run off, and yeah, we'll eventually stop here.
I have to go to bed.
We'll chat. Like I'm taking kind of a break, but it's like I'll have internet and I'll have time to like maybe show up in streams here and there, but I just don't have a predictable schedule or anything, so I'm just not going to guarantee that I'll be anywhere. So if you see me, you see me. If you don't, you don't. Well, hopefully I'll see you at some point. So.
Yeah, just so you guys know, since Ben will be unavailable for his streams, Bolt and I are going to be doing some kind of trivia game night on Friday nights to fill the hole, so everybody will still have a place to hang.
Yeah, it's midnight here, and I'm not used to Eastern time yet.
Well, if we're all done, we'll just end this damn thing then.
That's fine.
I have to be at the hospital at 8:30.
Yeah, so we're gonna end this then.
But I want to say, student Dr. Ben, I hope you do have an awesome time there. I'm wishing you so much luck.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
You'll be good. You'll be fine. Trust me.
Yeah.
It'll be easy for you.
Just post a tweet here or there so we know you're still alive.
I'll be posting all the time, like on my phone. So
yeah, absolutely. So everybody in the chat and everybody that was in the chat, and maybe we'll watch this later. I love all of you. Thank you so much for coming by and the support and the love and everything you always show us and advocacy. And we appreciate it, truly. Everybody on the panel, thank you so much. Amy, you're great. I'm glad you got to stop by and have some laughs and a good combo with us. Sadie, of course, you know, we enjoy talking to you. Otherwise, we'd invite your ass back every time. Perps, thanks for dropping in. I appreciate it. And Ben, as always, you're fucking great, man. So everybody take care of yourselves.
Okay.
Take care of each other.
See ya.
Have some peace in your life.
Peace.